Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Flesh and Blood stream. Wow, let's talk about yesterday, huh? So let's talk about Atlanta. Let's have an Atlanta recap here. I gotta figure out why I'm not connected to oh god, what just happened? All right, anyway, I don't know what just happened right there, but let's talk about this weekend. So I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Saturday was a roller coaster of depression, boys. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. Saturday was a 1-3 drop. Playing the same exact list that I played. Playing the exact same list that I played on Sunday, which is like so wild to me. I guess like cards, I guess, is like one of those ways you can just chalk it up that way. But round one, I played against a pitch stack Kano and just got absolutely obliterated. Round two, played Azuri in the Battle Hard. This is all on Saturday, by the way. And round two, I played against an Azuri. I lost a Trounce and 2 tests of strengths. Let me clarify. I did not tie. I lost. So yeah, that's a thing that happened. Round three, I played against Hatchet Dory. Like, really good game. We played a grindy game down to the wire, and I was able to squeak it out. Oh, excuse me. And then round four, I played against like one of the 2 Teklo Vossens in the Battle Harden. Yeah. So you guys can imagine how that went for me. It was not great. So 1-3 dropped the Battle Harden, and it was pretty, like, I was like, man, like, I shouldn't have played Victor. Like, it was all this stuff, like, you know, like all the thoughts were creeping in my head. This is after going 4-0 in the Super Armory, by the way, which was pretty cool. I did enjoy going 4-0 in the Super Armory. That was pretty cool. So yesterday, I sit down and I play the Victor Mirror round one. Keep in mind, it's the exact same list from the list that I was playing on Saturday. Play the Victor Mirror round one. I make a mistake late in the game that I think cost me the game by not blocking with enough equipment. I tried to keep my equipment too long, and I went down to 4, and then I was forced to play around Pummel for the rest of the game, and I just couldn't close out the game. So that was pretty bad. It was pretty rough, to say the least. And then round two, played a Hatchet Dory in a game I was going to lose. I'm pretty confident, and drew the last trounce and like trounced into something dumb for like 11 to like take every card out of his hand, and just ended up winning the game. After that, I was able to close out the game with a Golden Sun the following turn, I think. So, my head's itching there. So, excuse me. So all of that, and I'm 1-1, and I'm thinking, okay, like, we've turned it around a little bit. Like, maybe we're on the rise here. Like, things are looking a little bit better. I'm 1-1. I play the Victor Mirror round 3. I end up winning that Victor Mirror. It was a crazy, weird game where, like, we had a lot of back and forth, and, like, I was able to, like, pummel a Golden Sun at the end of the game to win the game. So at this point, I'm 2-1. I play Michael Fung in round 4, and I end up winning the Victor Mirror because I won. We had 5 tests of Strengths Resolve, and I won all of them. He never had a gold to reclash. I straight up won all 5 of them. Yeah. So that was pretty bad luck for him, I have to say. Like, it was pretty tough. Him and I talked about the matchup as a whole, and it was really interesting to hear his thoughts about the matchup and like kind of like talk more in depth about how he feels about the Victor matchup and the variance that clashing brings to the matchup. So it was really interesting. At this point, I am 3-1. What did I play in round 5? Was it a Katsu? Yeah. So no. Round 6 was Katsu. Round 6, I played a Katsu, played against Sebastian Carvalho, and I ended up winning. So that was a really, we played a really good game, and I was able to close it out with Macho Grande at the end, like a dominate attack. And then round 5. What did I play round 5? I'm just, I can't remember off the top of my head what I played on round 5. I don't know. It'll come back to me later. But round 5, I ended up getting another win. And so at this point, I'm 4-1. I'm going into round 6 thinking that if I win, I'm locked, hopefully, even without a win in the last round. End up playing the Katsu in round 6, and I was able to close the game out. It was a really good game, but like there was just a lot of things that went my direction when I needed them to, so that really worked out for me. And round 7, I ended up playing against Will Bradshaw, playing Azalea. And again, that was another situation where, like, I think Victor's just favored in the matchup. Like, especially with the more defensive version that I was playing of the deck, with like, sink belows and like tectonic plating, like giving me the ability to block a little bit more. And so round 7, I ended up winning against Azalea. So I was 6-1 going into top 8, and I was the 5 seed. I was a 5 seed, played against Wet the Stream. I don't know, I can't remember his name in real life to save my life right now. Apologize. But his name's Wet the Stream on Twitch, and like he streams on Twitch and he's on Twitter and stuff like that. Played Katsu into me, and I have to tell you, there was a point in the game I had actively thought I lost the game. It was like turn, I don't know, like 9. I needed a trounce to like try and help me get into a position to where I could just like really push a lot of damage and like get into a good spot. I win the first Clash of the Trounce, lose the second one because I flipped a Rouse the Ancients into his Descendant Gust Wave, crack a gold, and flip a Terrace Under. I wanted to cry myself to sleep. It was so bad. And we both at that point in time were in a position where we thought that I was going to lose the game. The game worked out in a way to where he actually played, he had saved his last Art of War for late in the game to close it out. And he played his Art of War and drew into 2 Warmonger's Diplomacies. This is right after shuffling, by the way. This is right after shuffling. This was not like he pitch stacked, like it was right after shuffling, and he drew into 2 Warmonger's Diplomacies that ended up winning me the game. And it was a wild game. Like, honestly, wholeheartedly and honestly, probably the best game I've ever played against Akatsu. Like, I mean, that was the most pressure I've ever felt from Akatsu ever. It was like just an incredibly well played game by him. Like, oh, excuse me. It was, I don't know, like it was a lot to go through, and there was a roller coaster of emotion. Top 4, I play against Brody Spurlock. Brody and I played like a really grindy game. There was, again, like I arsenaled Sync twice right before he had like a big turn, or maybe it was only once. I can't remember, but like I know like Sync Belows really lined up for me. Like there was a lot of really good things that like lined up for me. And at the end of the game, I was able to take some damage, go all the way down to 1, and then be in a situation where I could, excuse me, where I could throw a Macho Grande at him to actually end the game when he was already at 1. So it was like a pretty clean way to like try and close out the game. At the end of the game, it was a great match. And then in the finals, I played against Cass. He is like, I learned this last night. He is like he streams, like he's like a commentator for a lot of games and does a lot of stuff. He commentated part of the Battle Harden. He was one, first and foremost, he was a really cool and genuine person to sit and talk to. I really enjoyed my conversation with him. Like just talking to him and getting to know him a little bit there for the last few minutes of our finals match was like really nice. He was a really cool guy to sit and chat with, and honestly a great Leviathan player. He started out the game with 3 Endless Maws, and I mean, I'm talking like turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, block 6, throw an Endless Maw at me, and it really put me on the back foot pretty early. And we got to like the end of the game, and I think he had set up the Banish Zone that he wanted and the Tear Limb from Limb where he wanted it to be able to play the Blasphemate, or not the Blasphemate, to be able to play the Death Hydra, the 13 one that like kills you. And so I really thought that I thought, okay, he's gonna flip, like this is gonna be bad. And a turn lined up to where I could give him a card from hand and give him a card from hand and give him the Sink Below in my arsenal, and then throw the Golden Sun to push him past that 13 breakpoint, so that we were at a spot where like he was forced to redeem or do nothing, redeemed, or kind of just died of Blood Debt at a certain point. And he drew a hand that actually like he had a possibility to die from Blood Debt, but he played a Dread Screamer, and he played a blue Dread Screamer, and we were at a point in the game where if he missed off the Dread Screamer, he actually lost the game and died to Blood Debt on the spot. But he did not miss. And then he ended up killing me next turn with like barraging beatdown in the Shadow Pede. It was an awesome game. He played super well. I was on the back foot the entire game. Like I felt like there was never a room for there was never a spot where I could just take a breath and try to crawl back into the game. It was an awesome final. It was a great day. Every single person I played against was awesome. Like they were super nice. They were super fun to talk to. Like I got to meet a lot of people. Like I don't know, like I just like these events, the camaraderie, the joy, like the hanging out and meeting all these people, like it is such a phenomenal thing to be a part of, and I love it. And like, you know, getting to second place at a 72 of, you know, I know it was just a Proquest, but you know, getting to second place at a Proquest with 72 people where, you know, it was a stacked competition and all these phenomenal, great players that were there. Like I don't know, it felt really nice to like be in that spot and to know that like the work that I had put in, you know, paired with some like gym luck and a little bit of luck along the way really put me in a position to do well. Started the day 0-1 and finished the day 8-2. It was like, honestly, it was great. It was, dude, it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. Yeah, dude, yeah, no, the finals were tough. It was tough. Cass really put me on the back foot early, and I was struggling every second to find room to breathe. It was an absolutely like phenomenal like tournament, ran everything. I'm not gonna lie, there were two main emotions I had at the end of the day after it was all said and done with. I was really disappointed that like they made Ethan, like they were shutting down the venue and they made Ethan take the stream down. So mine and Cass's game never got to be streamed, and that was like pretty sad because I was kind of looking forward to like playing the finals of a Proquest Plus on camera. Like I don't play on camera very I stream. You guys get what I'm saying. I don't play on camera at big events very often, and like, you know, it was really cool to like get to like sit, and Cass had told me that, you know, he had never like, you know, like won a PTI, and I had never won a PTI, so it was like this really cool like moment of camaraderie, like where we sat and like, you know, we were talking about how like one of us was coming away with a PTI for the first time in like our lives, and it was really exciting. The one thing like here, I'm gonna say this about Cass, and like if you know nothing else about this person, this says everything you need to know about him. He sits down to me into a matchup that, in my opinion, he is favored into, playing Levia versus Victor. He is definitely favored in that matchup. And he asked me, he said, would you like to split the prizes, as you have to because you get disqualified? And I thought he was trying to tell me that he wanted the PTI and he wanted me to take the gold foil because he just wanted the PTI. Oh, excuse me. And I told him, I said, you know, no thanks, man. Like, you know, I really want to go to the PT. And he said, and his words were, you know, like, I think you might have misunderstood me. And I was like, oh, well, you know, please, like, explain it. And when he did, he was actually trying to say, like, do you want to say that whoever wins gets the PTI and whoever loses gets the gold foil, kind of as like a gentleman's agreement before the game is ever played, so that whoever loses still goes away with something. I have never heard someone offer that split ever in my entire life, and it was truly one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Like, it was amazing. Like, he was a really cool guy. Like, I cannot speak highly enough about not only playing him and like his confidence about playing his deck, but like also like his like just him as a person. It was really cool and like really nice to see. But yeah, I'd never seen like that kind of gentleman's agreement before. It was really cool, and I really enjoyed it. So I did walk away with a gold foil. He made the joke that it makes whoever's crying after they lose gets to cry into the gold foil. So I mean, I haven't opened it yet. I haven't opened it yet, and like I'm excited to open it and like see what it is. I think I'm gonna make another video out of it because I think it'll be fun, depending on how cool it is or what it is. But I think Carly and I are gonna open it like sometime this week probably, and I'll make a video out of it and post it up. But I don't know. It was a cool weekend, and it was a cool weekend. I had a great time. I had a lot of fun. Noel, so talked about the Brody match. Brody's and I match. My match with Brody was like, it was a very good one. There was a lot of back and forth. A couple of sync belows really lined up for me in Arsenal, and I was able to use my equipment very efficiently against Brody. I think there was like a lot of times where like having tectonic plating like really kind of bailed me out, and like it's something to consider as we're playing Tunic tonight and I'm going through the deck and like just like, you know, really talking about everything. Like it was like I don't know, like there was a lot of things that really lined up for me in that match. And I think I was at a point in the game where I could have fatigued him, but I had done the math, and there was a situation where I could take all of his damage by blocking with one card and go to 1. And then from there, I was actually able to throw Macho Grande when he was at 1 to end the game. So ended up being able to close it out with Macho Grande. Brody did not eat a sandwich in front of me. I did not see Brody eat a sandwich. I think PTI invites sell for like $600-700. Slip, to answer your question. Yeah, dude, like Drew, he was really cool. Like that, it was a very wholesome exchange. Like he was a really cool guy. It was awesome. Yes, technically, no, it's not any collusion. There's no collusion there. Like it was a fair split of the pricing before the match had started or been decided upon. So it was really cool. It was really cool. Like it was awesome. Yeah, Annabelle, like going to a big event's awesome. It's so much fun. I don't know, like I feel really good about like all the practice I put in. I feel really good about like the preparation for the event. Like I know Saturday didn't go my way, but like I think it's a card game and sometimes you get bad luck. Sometimes you don't play as well as you do other times. So, you need to, I think it's important to just kind of, for lack of a better term, like pull yourself up by your bootstraps and realize that it's a cards and you need to get back in there for sure. You won by a technicality? Get out of here, Brad. Oh, yeah, no, James, absolutely. Everybody was really cool. Like every single person I talked to or met or ran into was like super cool and super fun. And like I got to meet a lot of people who like hang out on the channel regularly. So that's always really fun for me because, I talk to you guys and I see you guys in the chat and like I just like, I don't ever really get to meet you guys a ton. So like it's awesome to be able to get to meet you guys when we go to these big events. Also, for what it's worth, I want to give shout outs to, like my team this weekend. Like everybody put in a lot of prep for this event. Nobody really had good results in the Battle Hardened like any of us did. I think we all like kind of hit some bad gym lottery that way. And like, I think we made some things that we talked about on Saturday night and kind of rolled into Sunday stronger. But my teammate Zach finished 9th in the Proquest Plus and my teammate Silas finished 11th in the Proquest Plus on Sunday. So like we had like a really good team showing this weekend, like, so shout out to the guys for, like being like, for like playing well and like, pulling it back together after like a rough Saturday and like just being willing, to like, get back on the horse and like figure it out. So I was kind of sad to hear that they lost their winning ends for like top 8 because they were in the same situation I was in. They picked up early losses. And when I won in round 6, they lost in round 6. And so it was pretty tough to see that, but like really impressed with the team and the showing and stuff like that. And we just talked about potentially going to Richmond in May, but I don't know. That's a few weeks away. I don't know if that's gonna be. I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. But we'll see what happens. Mark, good question. Mark asked if I was going to be running Sledge with Tunic. For anybody, like we're testing Tunic tonight, but my original thought is a lot of people this weekend that were playing Victor, every Victor I played against was playing Tunic and Anothos. Everybody is playing Tunic and Anothos right now instead of tech plating and Anothos or Tunic and Sledge into the mirror. So I am running the exact same 80 cards that I was, taking out tectonic plating, and we're putting in Tunic to see how it plays tonight. From there, we're going to go through, make changes, kind of get a feel for the deck and see what needs to change. Excuse me. We're also going to be talking about what the list looks like post-Dromai tonight and like how we feel about the metagame in a post-Dromai world for Proquest this coming weekend. So we're going to talk about that a little bit and kind of get an idea of like where I want the deck to be and how we feel after the night's over with and everything. Dude, Trent, I was disappointed I didn't get to be on stream, brother. I really wanted to be on stream, man. I was really excited to be in the finals, like on stream. And then they asked Ethan to shut it down. And like, I think like Ethan was really disappointed, honestly. And like on top of that, guys, like, even past everything that I've said, shout out to the card guys for like streaming the event this weekend and for Ethan for putting on a great event like he always does. Like everybody at Star City Games, there was a lot that went into it. And there was a lot of pressure from people to like have us kicked out. And like everybody like fought to make sure that we could play out the rest of it. So really enjoyed it. Mark, I like Sledge. Like, I don't dislike Sledge at all. Like, I think Sledge is a very good weapon. I just like, I don't know. Like, I'm curious to see why everybody's playing Anothos and tech plating. Or see why everybody's playing Tunic and tech plating. because it's very like, God almighty, playing Anothos and Tunic together, it feels like a non-bow to me, but like I'm curious to see why everybody else is playing it. So, dude, thanks, Drew. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, Drew. Absolutely, man. You're gonna stream snipe me with Dromai? Bro, get out of here. Oh, man. But anyway, guys, I want to talk about the weekend and kind of talk about how everything went and kind of, you know, like how I'm preparing for Proquest. Week 1 of Proquest is down and Dromai officially hit Living Legend, so that's kind of cool. And I am very excited to start prepping for the rest of Proquest season. So to see if hopefully I can still secure an invite to Amsterdam, as there's 3 weeks left for me to try and qualify. So we're going to see what we can do. All right. So let's go ahead and start jumping into some games here. We're going to be playing Request Undo CC throughout the rest. Like we're going to be playing Request Undo CC. I literally just added Tunic and left the exact deck, left the rest of the deck the exact same way, just to kind of be here. My first thought of things I would change is I would cut a Pulverize and add a third Pummel. Pulverize felt kind of like meh this weekend, like it wasn't great, but I also know that like a lot of Pulverize is like pitch stacking it and setting it up, and like it just didn't feel that great this weekend to me. So we might be looking at like playing Pummel after this. Like playing a third Pummel and like trying to look at the game that way. Boarding into Kasai, we do this just like we do Dory. We bring in an Othos, Crown of Providence, and we just go full aggro here, no sinks and no Pulverizes, and we're just trying to run Kasai over here and try to make it happen. Oh, like flavor wise, that would be really cool. Who was trying to kick y'all out? It wasn't Star City Games. Like, it was like the event hall staff was trying to kick us out, Caleb. And like, again, like that wasn't like that's, what is happening? Am I like, bro, what is happening? Oh my gosh. That was stressing me out, fam. You really like the hold the line? Ugh, I don't know, man. I don't know about that, fam. Kind of like stresses me out to think about it a little bit, if I'm being honest. Like the idea, oh, and make a vigor. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about hold the line. That's a card that like I'm like pretty like meh on, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see what we'll see. Like I don't know, Robert. Like that card, like I am immediately skeptical of playing that card, bro. Immediately skeptical. But I hear what you're saying. Like I hear what you're saying. Yeah, it was the venue staff. Like they were just ready to go home and get us out of there. Like again, I don't blame them. Like I understand their position. It was just one of those things. Like to have a test of strength here. I mean, I guess we can just give them the Quicken token. I guess probably what we're gonna do. I don't know. Like I don't really want to give up Crown here, so that feels kind of bad. Also, being able to throw this for 10 is pretty solid here. And then probably what we're going to do is just Arsenal the Command and Conquer until we have Arsenal the Command and Conquer until we find a Pummel here to kind of make value out of it. So oh, that's a bug that happens sometimes. I mean, Talishar has bugs. I get that more. I appreciate you letting me know. Very strong against Katsu and KO. I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, he ended his turn on an accident immediately. Dude, I have been playing Anothos for a while. I'm only on red pummels, King. I'm not on blue pummels. I'm not quite that deep in the sauce, brother. I'm not quite that deep in the sauce. I know a couple people who've like tried to play blue pummels, and like I would be lying if I said I hadn't tested it once upon a time. But it's like I think playing I think playing blue pummels is like, I don't know, like I think it's kind of a meme if I'm just being honest. I love that, like, because the pummel's floating, like he's like debating how he should block here, and I just don't have it. Like, I love that. Absolutely love that. All right, this is a good hand. Well, it was a good hand until we had to block. Boo. Hiss. So this immediately has go again because of the Quicken token. Do we want to give them a second gold, or are we looking to try and deny them the ability to have a second gold because of the Raise an Army card? We could block with Rouse the Ancients and Buckling Blow, throw the Command and Conquer, Threatening Pummel, and then Arsenal the Zealous Belting. That doesn't seem like a bad idea to me. I don't know. That doesn't seem like... Blue Pummel is best pummel? Bro, y'all are wild. Like, no. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's cool. Like, but I'm not... you wouldn't catch me playing Blue Pummel. Just being honest, like, you wouldn't catch me playing Blue Pummel. This feels really good because now this is like the ultimate like Command and Conquer like bluff that we get to do. Like, I love this. So you wanted me to say no blocks there, James, and then just throw it? That's interesting. I'm intrigued by my opponent's decision to just not do that. All right, well, this is going to be interesting. So I'm in this damn I got pummeled mindset. Dude, that does happen, King. I get it, man. It's very easy to fall victim to like that entire game plan. All right, brother, I hear you. I get what you're saying, man. I completely get it. Oh, a little out muscle action, huh? Well, out muscle action? I mean, I really don't want to give test of strength. We're probably just taking 2 here, right? And just like intellect penalty and just giving ourselves an IP. If I had to guess. So we throw out muscle and we throw hammer. So, I mean, I hate to block with this because, like, why would we? They can't make a grains. Like, they can't do anything. Like, I don't know. Maybe there's, like, a world where, like, I'm not using Tunic effectively here. We can go 3 wide with Tunic, and I am debating it if I'm being honest. That is a play we could make. We could pitch the Disable to throw the Belting, and then I guess we just end up leaving this in our hand. Like, I mean, it doesn't seem like a bad turn. Yeah, I don't know. Let's go for it. Let's just make this play. I think this is fine. This is just 6 go again, and then we're gonna throw the out muscle here. We are not going to use the Tunic notably. Because I want to keep the ability to use the Tunic in my hand in case they do throw a, like, what's it called? The Nourishing Emptiness in front of this. Probably not a lot of 6s left in their deck, but there might be a couple left here that we need to play around. I mean, that's true. Like, they won't expect 3 attacks. Like, we are definitely, like getting a lot of value out of throwing 3 attacks at them, and it is a lot of pressure here. Just to throw 3 attacks at them. There might be some world where I'm supposed to keep the Tunic counter up and then pitch the Test of Strength to be able to make that play. I don't know. That's an interesting decision point. We're going to go Disable, then Thunk. I'm going to pass on Arsenaling. We're 5 cards back into our deck at this point. No, I'm sorry. We're 7 cards back into our deck. The Trounce, I was not accounting for the Trounce. So let's go Test of Strength. We hit a Disable. Glint the Quicksilver. Big Sag. Big Sag. It's okay, though. And then, I mean, technically, if they pitch a blue, we have to be concerned about blocking with an attack action, because it could be blue into... or I guess they drew a card off the glint, so they don't have to pitch anything. So technically, us blocking like this gives us go again, which means they could technically throw a Nourishing Emptiness at us, which we have to be a little aware of, but I think that's okay. And then this is just 10 overpower. Like, pretty good turn here. Pretty good turn cycle. We're already up 7 points here. 18 damage between 3 attacks. You didn't know we were playing the surprise Guardian Blood Rush Bellow, did you? Oh, bro, I love that. That's fantastic. Also, by the way, guys, anybody who came up and like said hi to me this weekend, or like just like, you know, came by and chatted and like talked, like, thanks for coming by and hanging out like this weekend. Like, I like when you guys come by and like talk to me and hang out with me, like it automatically like makes my weekend better. So like I always appreciate you guys like being willing to like come by and like talk to me and hang out and like, you know, and like, I don't know, just like meeting you guys. Like I love talking to you guys. So I hate nourishing right now. Are you saying that because you hate nourishing as a whole or because you don't like it in the meta game? Just to clarify. I think this is a good time to give Civic Steps. They're not playing Dory, so we can go Trounce and Civic Steps here. And like probably be okay. And now we cannot play the Rouse, which is Big Sag. We actually have like almost no play here. I don't know what they're trying to undo here, but I don't care. It's fine. Yeah, man, I get it, man. It's tough to get time off work. Like, I hear you, brother. I completely understand what you're saying. So we're still going to block like this. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying. It's tough to find time to get off work, man. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Like, there's no way, there's no shot he's paying for the... I guess he didn't pay for the grains? I don't know. That's weird. So block with Command and Conquer, and then we get to throw Command and Conquer and kind of like threaten the pummel here, and then Arsenal to rouse the Ancients. They still have an action point, but it doesn't matter. I mean, I guess the Command and Conquer doesn't matter, but like we're not doing anything. I mean, I guess technically we could throw the Choke Slam for 7 and then hang on because like we haven't seen a pummel yet. Let's just throw the Choke Slam for 7. I think that's a more efficient turn cycle for us here. It's a necessary evil in Kasai. I mean, I could see that. Like that makes sense. Like the fact that it's like a necessary thing in Kasai, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, like sometimes like decks have to play cards that they don't want to because like it's part of like the class you've signed up to play, or like I hear you. Like very rarely can you just play whatever you want and it not matter. I mean, can block with Thunderquake. It does give Go Again, but like I think it's fine because they may not use the Go Again regardless. But yeah, I was like, they may just Arsenal here. You hate playing Rouse the Ancients? Tell me more about this, Robert, and why you've lost your mind, apparently. Let's make sure we pitch the Mancho Grande here, not like having a stroke here. I mean, yeah, like they probably were Tameshi, and like they may not be right now. Like they probably like with the current meta changing, they may not be doing that anymore. Like it may be, maybe like completely different based off of like how the metagame looks. So honestly, I think Nourishing Emptiness is better, in my opinion, at the fact that it gives Dominate late in the game more than it is that it actually like draws you a 5th card most of the time. Yeah, bro, the indigestion is real right now, Drew. I don't even run from that, brother. Don't even run from that, brother. It's pretty clean block. We draw a Choke Slam. You'll love to see it. You hate to see it. Big Sag indeed. Four. I mean, we've already given them 4 copper. Like, we can't do it all here, can we? Actually, can we go Zealous Belting, have 1 floating, Outmuscle, have 1 floating, Tunic, Command and Conquer? Bro, we never didn't have it, bro. We just never didn't have it. Like, I hate giving them 2 more copper there. I think that's an extremely greedy play for me to make here. But, like, I'm all about, like, throwing these 3 attacks here. The 3 attack Guardian meta, he said, let's go. I think a lot of people like E-Strike. So I don't know if you guys know who Anthony Vero is. He's a friend of my buddy, and I like Anthony. He's a nice guy. He started a Twitter discussion the other day where he was talking about am I supposed to just hold CNC now? I mean, I think I can't just throw 6 more here. Like, I don't know. Like, I could be wrong, but hang on. Hang on 1 second. So if I take 2, I can go Rouse, Reveal Golden Sun, and Thunderquake and the Hammer for 6, and it's a 13-point turn. Or I can block 3 and attack for 10. Actually, I can block 6 and attack for 10 if we really want to. Like, I mean, we could, like, really get, like, into, like, that light if we wanted to here. I don't know. Like, it's all about, like, what we want to do. Like, is attacking for 10 better than, like, multiple go again cards here? Let's do this. I think we want to do this. But yeah, anyway, like, a lot, like, Anthony started a conversation talking about, like, the idea that, like, people overvalue E-Strike more than they should, and that people should not, like, play E-Strike in every deck like they are conditioned to do, which is, like, a really, like, interesting take, because E-Strike is, like, very good because it's flexible, like, it has a lot of utility in a lot of spots, so it's, like, really able to provide a lot of what they want. Like what you want in a deck, and like ultimately we play it in Victor. In my opinion, it's played in Victor because of how, like, what it provides on Go Again, and like what it provides with are there pummels in this deck, bro? Like, we're gonna draw 2 in the same hand here in just a minute. I can feel it. Let's block 3. I think this is a good play because then we can throw Debilitate if they don't have a Go Again card. Okay. I mean, I think we're gonna... Dude, really? Killing me with, like, the Blade Flurries, like, lining up the way they are. I mean, they're lining up well, but... But yeah, like, Anthony Vero started a conversation, like, talking about, like, the concept of, like, how does... how does E-Strike and how poorly does it work out, like, for you? Hey, Felipe, thanks, dude. I appreciate that. Yeah, I like Anthony. He's a nice, he's a nice guy. Aggro Blaze, more like Aggro Beast. Dude, Drew, thank you. I appreciate that, man. Showing pummels on clashes, bro. That's the worst feeling in the world. So we can take 6 and go to 19 and throw 8. Or we can block 6 and gauntlets, or I'm sorry, block 6. We could block 3, take 4, and then throw 6. So that's technically a 9-point turn as opposed to a 8-point turn here. So block 3, attack for 6 is 9, and then just throw 8. So it's technically better to block like this and go to 21 to keep 2 more life points here. And then we just get to overpitch into the hammer this way. This is one of the things you have to be doing if you're throwing a Nothos for 6 consistently, is by having Go Again cards or by overpitching like this. Like, taking 2. I was like, maybe it's a take it on the chin. You never know. Okay. We put the 2 pummels in. I know I did. Like, it's in the list that I put in. Capillo, it's exclamation point deck, not deck list, buddy. Sorry, I don't do deck list, it's deck. I mean, we could just Terra Sunder into an Othos. That's a real thing, too. Okay, well, at this point, I'm just going to have to, like, give up Crown to, like, block here, I guess. Or, I mean, I guess I don't have to. I don't know. So... 4 and 4. I mean... Am I crazy, or is, like, this only 8? Oh, the +1? Wait, why is it... Oh, we picked +1 on both of them? That's kind of cool. So this is going to be for 16. This is quite a bit of damage. I think we might be in a bad spot here. I think I've been talking too much. I also, like, we have went almost the entirety of the deck and not seen a pummel. Literally, because, like, if you put them through on clashes, we're forced to reclash, and we haven't had to do that yet. I think we're taking 4 off this one regardless. So it's while this turn. Okay. I mean, we could give Crown and Debilitate here and, like, sink away the Command and Conquer. And go 5, go again into Hammer. Like, if we block this way, we get to Crown this away. It was like, I'm probably drawn to the Pummel I've been looking for. So, go to 15, go to 13. And I don't know why he's not activated Brave Forge Bracers here. I mean, we could just block to deny more Vigors here. I don't know what's technically better at this point. Like, if I block with the E-Strike and the Debilitate, I mean, I guess technically it'd be block with the blue Debilitate, the red Debilitate, and then throw E-Strike for 7 would be our play. But I feel like that's just like a card and that, and then they just play out their hand however they want to. I mean, throwing 11 is pretty good here. I don't know. I was going to go to the Proquest at the Blue Post. It's my girlfriend's birthday. Dude, you should definitely spend time with your girlfriend instead of coming to the Proquest. But I wish you were coming to the Proquest. Yeah, I think let's just... I don't know. Like... It is going to be like 3 Vigors for him when it's all said and done with, which is pretty good because like it means he can like literally just like block with every card in his hand, I guess. I don't know. Like risk versus reward right there of like what we're coming up with. So let's go again here. At 33 cards, there's only about I haven't entirely counted this time because I've been trying to like talk to you guys. But like there's probably like 10 to 12 cards left in our deck before we actually like get back around to our pitch stack here. So I mean, we could get greedy here, but I don't know if this is a spot where we want to get greedy. They take 3. There's the Pummel. We have something we don't care about. You'd love to see it. I mean, so we just can't stop this. Like, just can't stop this at all. Undo? What would we undo? First ProQuest this weekend went 3-2 with Victor. Lost to Fatigue, Bravo, and Kasai. Hey, dude, if it's your first ProQuest, man, like 3-2 is not bad. Honestly, brother. Like 3-2 is like not bad at all, fam. We could like try to go for like the crack gold play here, I guess. This is probably just better, right? Like he didn't crack a gold or draw a card or anything. He's just swinging this, so giving this go again like doesn't matter. Like I think we want to throw the hammer for 4, and we want to try to set up a hand where like we can get him with the pummel. Like I think that's ultimately what we're going for here. He took an IP for no reason. I don't understand. We used every single card in our hand. We used every single card in our hand there, so I'm not really sure what you mean. But we used it like we took an IP for no reason there. So, man, we have a couple of options here. We can go 10 overpower and try to go for the pummel play, which is like pretty aggressive when they're already at 11. Like more than likely not going to close the game out unless they just get very greedy with their blocks here. Why is it not greedy that last turn? We were able to block efficiently and throw the hammer for 4. If you're talking about the turn that I threw the hammer for 4, like if we were going to keep the blues, it was a safe play. Like, I mean, I guess like even if we draw a red, like the Tunic's there, but like if we draw into like a test of strength, like I don't know, like another like blocking card. I haven't like completely counted where we're at as far as like blocking cards are concerned. We're probably out of like all the block cards, but awful luck with your matchups. That kind of stuff happens, man. So we can block 6 here. I mean, it's all about does he have the go again card here? Like if I block with gauntlets here, because the next one's just going to come in for more. Like it's going to come in for 3. And that's also going to put us in a bad spot. I mean, use Spinal on the Saber. That could just be the play. Like, the problem is we go to 4, and then this is going to be for 5. So, like, I don't know. Like, that could be the play. All right, I guess I just didn't have it there. I am kind of surprised, to say the least, there that they didn't have it. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw the Golden Sun, play the Pummel, and then we're going to Arsenal the Spinal Crush. And we're going to, like, try to set it up that way in a better way. Yo! Let's go! More, thank you for becoming a member, dude. Let's go. Big support. I really appreciate that, brother. It means a whole lot, man. Thank you. I mean, it could just be, like, they could have a hand where, like, this ends the game if they don't block appropriately. Like, this doesn't look, like, super sketchy. I mean, I guess we said no blocks when they were coming in for 6, but it really depends on how they block here and, like, what this is, like, going to tell us about our turn here. Yo, Kyle, what's up, dude? Everybody's just, like, take it, no blocks. Like, I mean, their Dynamo is down, which is really cool. So let's just go ahead and play the Pummel. Like, you have to take it on the chin is fine. They have to discard a card. And then we get to Arsenal the Spinal Crush here. So we block with Gauntlets. Take 1, and then block with E-Strike, right? Should be all their in the swings from what I'm looking at here. Yeah, it's all the in the swings. I think this is okay. And then we can just go for the Tunic Pummel play. Okay. Oh, that's bad. That ends the game, I'm pretty sure. No? Okay. I am very surprised to see them make that decision, but I mean, I think we like kind of have to go for this play line here. Yeah, Adam, that's bad. That's bad for us for sure. I mean, the one good thing here is that if they don't block a they're taking 5 currently, so we're gonna see if they have another one. They have to have another D-React here to get out of this. Okay, they do. That is really bad for us. They still have to discard a card, though, which means they have no way to generate Go again. Right? Like... They just pass? What are we looking for here? Like, what are we... Oh, man, this is tough. This is tough, dude. They made the finals of PTI. Calls for Adam's immediately trying to get me to drink Malort over here, bro. I love it. Dude, I really appreciate that, man. Thanks a whole bunch, man. It means a lot. I shot a Malort as celebration. You're wild, fam. I think we're cracking gold here to, like, look for a Macho Grande that I've pitched. Again, this is where, like, me paying attention and, like, cracking and, like, actually pitch stacking and, like, not just, like, talking to you guys the whole time. Not that I'm blaming chat. I don't ever blame chat for me losing, but, like, would be better for me. We just get the draw card. And we have no way to actually do what we want. Which means we lose. Like, there's no, like, we've seen all of our go again cards. Like if we draw a Rouse or anything there, like, if any of these cards are Rouse, we're in a really good spot here. Like, love to see it, though. Dude, I really appreciate that. I mean, I guess technically, like, this is the best play we can make. And then we get to heave the Thunderquake. And maybe there's some world where we come out okay with this. I don't know. How do I feel about Bolton? I mean, like, I don't think it's a favored matchup for me, if I'm being honest. I did play against a Bolton one round this weekend, and like I genuinely felt bad for my opponent. Like I high rolled them so bad. Like I mean, that was the game I couldn't remember. The Bolton game. That was the game I could not remember. Let me tell you, like my opponent was super nice about that game, and I felt really bad for them. We just can't block this, right? Like we give Tunic here. How many Blade Flurries have they played? Their last card's a D-React, right? Like they didn't play around a pummel, so like it has to be the D-React here in my opinion. Or maybe they just felt like they didn't need to. I don't know. Let's think about this for just a second. I'm going to tell my opponent that we're thinking here. So let's see. We've seen 2 Sink Belows and 2 Fate for Scenes. We've seen 3 Sink Belows, so that's a Fate for Scene more than likely. Blade Flurry, Blade Flurry, Blade Flurry. I don't see a Blade Flurry. Wait, there's one here. I just want to make sure I'm not looking past a Blade Flurry here, because like I would like if there's one left in their deck. They did pitch one, I'm pretty sure, early. So like I think we have to block 3 here, which is like big Sag. Means our turn might just be like block with 2 cards and throw the red Thunderquake here. No? Okay. Kind of surprised by their play here. I mean, yeah, like we were able to heave. Like it wasn't terrible. Like our turn like wasn't horrible right there. We've already actively made the decision to like throw the red Thunderquake here instead of going for the Macho Grande play, which I'm going to be honest, I don't think ends the game either way. But again, like I wasn't counting my opponent's pitch stack, so I don't know where they're at in their deck as opposed to like where we are. I know that we're at 3, and there's a very slim chance we actually win this game. We could have thrown Macho right there, Liam. Yes, we absolutely could have, but I don't know that. Wow, there's the last Blade Flurry, but I don't know that like we were going to be okay to keep enough cards to make that happen. Okay. We can just go to 1 here, right? So the funny part is if we say no blocks, like, I mean, I guess this could be Blade Runner. If we say no blocks and it's a Blade Runner, we're at 1 and this is coming in for, I don't know, enough to where we have to give 2 cards and throw Thunderquake, which puts us in a rough spot, I think. I think we have to say no blocks here, though. I don't know that there's a card that can kill us from this situation. Okay, so that makes the Saber for 3. So we would have ended the game with the Macho 2 turns ago, or last turn, which, again, I wasn't counting pitch stacks, so I wasn't 100% sure of where we were at, and that's just my own fault for not playing better. Like, wholeheartedly admit that, like, that's just me not playing better there. I mean, we just have to block for 5 here, right? Like, is there any world where I can give the Wallop in the Tunic, throw the Thunderquake and Arsenal the Macho Grande? Is there any world where like that wins us the game? Because like if we were at 2 life, we win right here. We can't rouse into hammer. We have to block with 2 cards here, right? Like, it's not possible. Don't know if we have a chance to get 7 resources. With no Tunic, I mean, yeah, no, I agree. That's also the problem that I'm seeing here. Oh, this is tough. I really don't know what the decision is here. Like, I feel like we're supposed to block with this. And then if we give Tunic, Like, we can't play the Rouse here. Like, it's like... Oh, man. I mean, yeah, drawing the Terra Sunder would win us the game if we Arsenal this. Is there a Terra Sunder left in my deck, or have I blocked with both of them? I think I pitched one earlier. I'm looking. There's one that I blocked with. It looks like I pitched the other one. So the question is, are we like 2 hands away? Are we 3 hands away? Like, it's tough to decide. But I think that this is correct. I don't know, like, I think the Terrace Underplay might be our only shot at actually that might be our only shot at actually having access to enough. I don't know, like the Terrace Under stopping, denying them of go again might be our only chance to like deny them and win this game here. I think I've just kind of like played a little too loosely this game, and I've put myself in like an awkward position here. We pitched it like 3 turns ago. So, I mean, if I pitched it like 3 turns ago, that means it's like the 5th card into my deck, maybe the 6th card, which means we're like minimum 4 hands away from it. Okay. I mean, we're now at a point in the game where like we have to block this. I think we're just dead now, right? Like, it's just the Cell Swords here. Like, and with multiple cards in hand, they can just pitch the blues to throw them at me. Yeah, like, we're just dead this turn. Yeah, I just played too loose. Like, I was just bantering and talking too much instead of, like, focusing on pitch stack and thinking that game. Well played by my opponent, though, because I got ahead early, and, like, I started playing loose because of it, and they were able to crawl back into the game. Funny part is we had an AVPT of 14.44 over 18 turns. Like, almost an, like, average offensive card, like, 3.77 is really strong here. So, played kind of poor, but, like, I mean, I think still, like, kind of a notion to, like, how good the deck actually is. Also, guys, by the way, just a couple of minutes ago, we crossed over 70 viewers for the first time ever. Like, ever. So, like, dude, I've never had 70 viewers while I'm live. So, guys, thank you guys for being here for that. That was really cool. I know I've missed a couple of big hydrates, and I'm sorry. I'm gonna take a big hydrate now in like hopes of trying to make up for it. Against Victor, we run everything but the 2 out muscles and the trounces. I think everything else is just pretty good into this matchup. So we're gonna try and go first, buy some cards here, and get into a good spot. What is this hand, bro? Okay. So, like, they're playing Tunic and Sledge, which I'm kind of intrigued by. Above, underrated cards. What exactly do they mean? So, like, certain cards, like at it, like, there's like a resource point for each card, and like where it has value and where it doesn't. And that's what people are talking about. I think we're just gonna Arsenal this and try to set up for a better turn. Like, this is not great by any means, but we're gonna see what we can do here. But like, so King, like, they have like, so each card has, like, you know, so much potential value. That's an interesting pitch stack to set up. Let's just block 8 here. I think this is the best thing to do. And we just like lose them both. Big Sag. Like, there might have been some world where I could like throw, like, I don't know, like keep one of them, but like, each card has like for every resource you spend, you want it to do X amount of damage. So when people refer to 2 card 6s, like, if it costs you 2 cards in total, I was like, yeah, I would imagine they're gonna reclash. If it costs you 2 cards in total, like 1 from hand to pitch and 1 to play it, then it's considered a 2 card 6, is like where the meaning of like that kind of stuff comes from. King is like how they like evaluate that kind of stuff. You're talking about that people can do the big hydrates on Twitch. Yeah, I do think it's a pretty fun thing to like see and to be a part of for sure. I mean, we get to go Zealous into Debilitate, which is pretty cool. Like, I think that's pretty fun. Let's give the Civic Steps and take 3. Like, we haven't lost any life yet, so like we can give up quite a bit of life here if we want to. Tunic's not up, so we're not really super worried about like them going Pummel into the Hammer, but they could do that here. That's pretty good. So that lets, like, without the Tunic up, they couldn't do that there. Dude, let's go. Drew, gifting out a sub on Twitch. Dude, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that, brother. It means a lot. I think let's just play the Sync here. I don't really have any interest in actually sinking a card, but I think we are just going to play the Sync for value and take 1. I think this is a good line here. To celebrate the finals finish? Well, dude, I really appreciate that. All right, well, like, I like this hand, but we're not just giving up the, value on Crown this early in the game. It's too bad for us. They're playing Tunic just like we are, so it like represents that they are on Command and Conquer Pummel in some fashion. So, Drew, I really appreciate that, man. Thank you a whole bunch. All right, let's do a big hydrate before I get too much further into the game. Oh boy. All right. You know what? Since we have 5 into 8, I'm actually going to take 6 in Arsenal to Sync here. About the new Mystic Assassin? Are you talking about new? Is that what you mean? Oh, excuse me, Cart. Is that what you mean? New? So 5 go again into Debilitate for Arsenal to Sync below. It's interesting that my opponent's playing Sigils into me. That is like very telling that they are definitely trying to like value me out and like fatigue me. To answer your question, Card, if like, oh, you are talking about new? I think that new like is pretty cool and like has a lot of like really cool like I think her mechanic to be able to like buy cards from like the top of somebody's deck at the end of the game is like actually crazy good, and provides like a ton of value. So I actually really like that. I just wish I could drink that much water in general. Oh man. So I'm actually really not good at like chugging drinks. Carly gives me Carly really gives me a hard time because I'm not good at it at all. But yeah, no, I think the big hydrates are kind of like just that like fun thing for somebody to spend their channel points on. Just a way to like interact. I mean, yeah, like Zen looks really cool. No, like Zen looks really sweet, dude. Like, Zen is like really cool. I wholeheartedly agree. That Zen is very cool and like is going to be, I think Zen is going to be the most popular hero from the new set week 1. Not only because of what he does, but just like buff power, huh? I mean, I kind of want to save this for something, but we can't just take a whole bunch of damage. So like, I mean, I guess we can like pitch Thunderquake. Yeah, I like this. I like this turn. I'm going to play the Sync. And I don't want to put anything on the bottom because we're going to go Rouse into Blue Debilitate here. I think that's a good line. We also could just go like Rouse into Hammer and Arsenal to Cranial Crush. Let's wait and see how our opponent blocks to see what we want to do here. New stealth attacks? Ooh, I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I haven't really considered if that could be a thing or not. That could be pretty cool though. If there are new stealth attacks, that would be like it'd have to be like pretty basic stealth attacks, I think. Like, I don't know how much more complex they could get, but like, also we haven't seen a lot of this set. So like they could be like stealth attacks that like focus on the transcend mechanic, which would be kind of cool. I think that would be fun for sure. You don't like plain water? Brad, I'm not gonna lie. That's a hot take and a half, brother. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that before in my life. So that's interesting. That's an interesting take. Probably better to be on an Arsenal, right? Like, the thing about Sledge versus the Nothos is that, like, every third turn, you're getting so much value from the concept of being able to play Sledge, but, like, I don't know. Like, it doesn't really seem worth to me. Like, I don't know. I could be wrong though. Like, I think Anothos is better personally, but like, I don't know. Sledge could be the move into the mirror. Yeah, I think Enigma will be the last hero to be figured out, which, if I'm being entirely honest, makes me like really sad because I actually really like, I actually thoroughly enjoy Enigma, and like I'm gonna really try and like use Enigma to like try and like, you know, like that's gonna be something I want to like try and like bust open for Nats, if I'm being entirely honest. But I don't know like how well that'll work out because I think Enigma will be the hardest hero to figure out in the shortest amount of time, and the set comes out right before US Nationals, so it kind of feels like playing Enigma at Nationals kind of just feels like a trap. I don't know. I could be wrong. This is definitely pummel. They took like 6 to do that. Oh, okay. So Annabelle's saying that there 100% has to be like new attacks, just considering like news ability, which I mean, like that's fair. That makes sense. Let's block 5 and crown away the arsenal here. I think that like we're just gonna commit to making that line. God, like this is kind of what I was talking about. I hate seeing this card almost every single time I see it. Like, I just like I never see the pulverize, and I'm like, yeah, pulverize. Like, even when I pitch stack it, I feel like my opponents are like living in like 2040, and they're like anti pitch stacking it. I don't know. It's like a whole thing, I feel like. So it's 8 versus 5 and 4. So like I guess it just kind of depends on like what we're looking at. I think let's just throw the 8. Like, this is a better second cycle card, and that's why I think that. So E-Strike is really good because when we get into this like block send 6, E-Strike lets you like push that breakpoint, which is very good. Hey, dude, we've lost every clash so far. This has been the one clash we did win, or that we didn't even technically win. We just didn't lose. We tied. We both had garbage. It was actually just bad. Like this card just blocks now. Pitching another red. I mean, yeah, we can just take 3 and throw the hammer here. Like, it's really all we can do at this point in time. Like, if we had a red chokeslam in this hand, I would have used Tunic to throw the chokeslam, but it didn't, like, line up for me to be able to do that, so we're just going to overpitch for 6 and just kind of go this way. The only problem with the way the game is lining up so far for us is that the fact that our opponent is, like, continuing to be able to arsenal cards, and we are not. Also, the fact that they are still up Crown of Providence, and we are not, is really bad for us. Don't drink water because fish F in it. Bro, what a statement. What a statement to read out loud, fam. That was wild. I mean, yeah, we can't. Like, we just can't. This is probably just going to be, like, block. Yeah, this is probably just going to be block 5, then block. Oh, this is, if they have 2 blues, this is actually really bad. I was not considering the, like, repercussions of blocking right there. And this is, if they have another blue, we can totally just get blown out here by Tunic and Sledge. Thank God we didn't. That could have been that was a very bad block by me with the Civic Steps. I know it seemed free, but Sledge being just an action and not a once per turn action, that was insanely bad for me. Yeah, that was actually like big dumb. That really could have been bad. Enigma balls joke every time someone says that hero's name. I have thought it, bro. I have thought it. I won't lie to you, man. Infiltrate is a card I've been picking up when I can because it's the best. Oh, you've just been picking up infiltrates because like they're just good into, or like they're going to be good in that deck. I mean, that I hear you. Like that makes sense. So we block 7. Hope we finally win a clash. We don't. we lose another clash, right? Because we had the sink below on top. Yeah, this has been like pretty bad luck, and we haven't really been able to do anything about it. But I mean, it's part of the matchup. It's unfortunate, but I mean, like it is what it is. And I mean, that's all there is to say about it. Like trying to, I think we still have to play the pummel here just to like clear out a card from his hand. Like I don't think we can just give him this value. We get to push through 8 points. And I just don't think I can leave my opponent with 5 cards. Like, if I'm being honest, like, that just seems wild. It just seems really bad for me. So I think we have to, like, we have to play the pummel if for nothing else, just for, like, the value of, like, trying to, like, peel cards out of the hand at that point in time. So... And we are up 6 points, so, like, I don't know, we could, like, try to... So this is going to be 5 go again into... This is going to be 5 go again into Sledge, I imagine. And to debilitate. So let's just block 6, take 2, go to 10, keep our life lead, Arsenal the sink below, and like try to play for a better turn here. Could be the pummel. Could be the pummel. I mean, they've played 1, and that's it, really. Let's see, we've played 1. Yeah, like, it could be the pummel. What's better, Terra Sunder or Macho Grande? It's Macho Grande, right? Although that was really bad because I just kept both of them in my hand after thinking. I'm going to ask my opponent if he cares if I block differently. My opponent may just be like, no, I have nothing to say to you. Like, don't talk to me or my son ever again. But yeah, that was just like a bad decision. All right, my opponent is having none of it, so we're just gonna play on. I was thinking which one do I want to keep, and I ended up keeping both of them on accident. I wanted to keep the red chokeslam so that I would have something to over pitch to hammer, but that was just a mistake. The funny part is that now my opponent probably thinks I have the pummel, so hopefully they overblock just a little bit here, and they do give us 2 cards. You absolutely love to see it. It's fantastic. I mean, we could give 2, take 4, go to 4, and then go rouse into debilitate. Because this 8 and 5 is 13. I mean, it's a pretty good line, I think. I don't know if they have it, and to be honest, I doubt they do, but I think that this is a pretty good line from us. I might have just supposed to been like giving the sink below there. But I don't know. Like I think that like 7 into 8 is a pretty solid turn here. And they know that because the Tunic is up, the 8's coming. And we kind of have the sink below as like bailout protection here. They do have 1 Command and Conquer left in their deck, but like this is like pretty good, just like a get out of jail free card right here that we can use with the sink below whenever we want to. They also don't have to be worried about blocking with Civic Steps at any point in time because it's just like pretty much always free for them. They have a D-React? Yeah, they have the sink below. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, yeah, I don't think it's the pummel there, but it makes sense that it was the sink below. So I really like this hand because it allows us to block for 6 and then throw the E-Strike for 7 here. So getting a lot of value off the E-Strike. And then again, like we're down 1 point and we're down equipment, which is like not great. Essentially, we're down 2 points right now, but we do have the sink below just kind of hanging out here. So, hey, Ludiful, what's up, buddy? Yeah, no, unfortunately we got kicked out last night. I played in the finals against Levia and ended up losing in the finals last night. So now my opponent's at 2. What did they keep? One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to be able to try and go. Actually, it's better if I block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because even if they have the pummel here, so I can sink and put the Zealous on the bottom, and then we're living in a spot where the gauntlets protects us, which is really nice. Right? Did I just miscount? Are we just super dead here? I guess I'm still taking 5. I guess I just completely miscounted. All right, I like, yeah. That was like, so when I went to -1 there, so the Tunic doesn't save me either way, right? So like we blocked with everything we could have. It actually just didn't matter there because of the pummel and the overpower. I guess I miscounted. I don't know. Anyway, well, 0-2. Well, I after after a good run yesterday, we're 0-2 today. I definitely think that is being 0-2 right now. I am 100% convinced that like that a lot of that has to do with me getting back last night, only sleeping about 5 hours, and then working all day, and then like hanging out tonight. So yeah. Damn, that's a rip. Was rooting for you to beat Brody. Ludiful, God, this matchup's terrible. Oh, it's Noel. Let's go, dude. Noel, good luck if you're hanging out in the chat. I did beat Brody. I beat Brody in the quarterfinals, and I ended up losing to Levia in the semifinals. I guess I didn't add Viserai in, but we're looking at Crown of Providence, and I think we're looking at a Nothos to just like try and run them over here. We need the AB1. And then against Viserai, I think we want Zealous, Pummel, Outmuscle, and we just want to play it like this. They could have 6s that block this out, but I think we have to take that chance. I also think that, like, I don't know, like, this is an interesting decision because it's like, do I want Trounces and Test of Strengths? And I don't know that I do because, like, against Bolton, this is also how I sideboard. But, like, they could just not attack us at all. I don't know, and like these cards are just really bad. But if they're playing like an aggro version, we need these cards, I think. So I don't know. That's like really tough. Wrong way aggro. On the stream we left and you were still facing Brody. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. No, I was playing. When the stream got cut off, I guess that makes sense. I don't know. Let's leave in the 1 Test of Strength, I guess. I don't know. Like, if this is aggro, like, it's really bad. Like, and I think that, like, when they're running the Reaping Blade, that's what it is. I guess attacking for 9 on turn 0, like, gives them the possibility to have, like, a reduced to Rune Chant here. I always assume when I see Blackwing Studio that it's, like, Mara, but I know it's not. I know it's Null, so good luck pausing stream. I appreciate it. Been cutting Trounce into Viserai. I mean, that's fair. I don't really like play against Viserai, so I don't know. Like, I know that this is a bad matchup for me. Yeah, we're probably gonna crown away here. Like, this is not good. Probably gonna crown away here. Dude, Nero, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. There was a lot of excitement for me to have a decent run this past weekend. So I really appreciate that, man. It means a whole bunch. Mauvrian Skies, huh? I think we're just taking the Rune Chance, and then I mean this is gonna be for 4. So we're gonna do this, crown the Macho away. Probably, I mean, you can't not Arsenal on turn 0, right? Like, that just, God, that sucks, dude. That's really bad. I mean, I guess, like, worst case here, like, we can pitch a card to block, and, like, I don't know. What are we doing? Throwing Spinal? Throwing Spinal is the most efficient play that we have here. We could also, like, overpitch to throw Hammer and Arsenal the out muscle, because, like, I do like the out muscle, but, like, I think we're just supposed to throw the Spinal. I think that's the better play that we have here. What's your job? Do you mean, like, what do I do for a living? I work in education for like a medical, I don't know, like a medical health, like a healthcare system. Like, I work in education for healthcare system. Why, Ludiful? Interesting question that I was not expecting, but I always happy to share more about my life. Oh, guys, thanks for hanging out tonight and being here. Appreciate you guys chilling with us tonight. Trying to test out Tunic in Victor to see how it feels to be playing Tunic over tech plating, because I've been on tech plating for quite a while, but every single person I played and talked to was running Tunic this weekend. So Outmuscle and Buckling Blow. It's also probably a result of the fact that I need to change my deck to some extent. So this is going to be for 6. So if I block with, I can block here. I think this is a better play. There's no on hits, but I can block 6, throw the Hammer for 4, and then Arsenal the Rouse and try to set up like a pretty good aggressive hand for next turn. Oh yeah. So, like, I mean, yeah, like, I don't have like a hard job by any means. I actually thoroughly enjoy my job. I like thoroughly enjoy what I do, and like the people that I work with. It's a fun job and a fun environment to be in. It's just like, you know, like when I go to nationals, I take off on Monday so that I can like come back on Sunday night most of the time, and and then I can, like, try to like relax on Monday and like get back into the like flow of life. And this trip, I just actively made the decision that I was going to, that I was just not going to take the day off, which it was only 4 hours for us. So like, I think I still stand by my decision to do that. But it was a longer weekend, to say the least. Yeah, Brad, I mean, dude, I hope you do well this weekend, man. Do you know what you're playing this weekend? I mean, that's an on hit, right? Like, that's something, like, I don't know, like, it's... Block 5? I think I like this better than anything else we could do here. I don't know, I don't really think that they're in, like, pumps or anything. Kasai, per the usual. That's fair, man. And then Reaping Blade. I think we're going to go to 32 here to, like, throw E-Strike for 7. It's like, there's some possibility that, like, he decides to, like, use Creepers there to play something. But, like, with having no cards and, like, maybe, like, some limited resources floating there, I don't think that's the plan. I'm going to assume that Null has, like, a Revel and Runeblood in hand. And that was the reason for the intellect penalty on himself right there. I assume that's what we were going for at that point. Well, I'm glad I didn't have Outmuscle this turn. That'd feel bad. Lol. Okay. This is a good hand because it gives me the ability to... Did he whiff? Wow, that's step 1 of me winning this game. Gives me the ability to go 7, go again into Thunderquake for 10. And that's a very aggressive play line. And like gives me a lot of breathing room, I think. Or you can just drown him. Are you talking about me? Or are you talking about like drowning him in damage? If you guys mean drown me literally, I think I would put a stop to the big hydrates before I let anybody actually drown me. Like injure me in some way in real life on stream, but It's worth noting that my opinion that even like the aggro version of Viserai is more he's more contempt to block and like set up and try to create rune chants. And like, you know, and maybe it's only like 6 or 8, but like that's still quite a few rune chants that like my opponent can use to like really like shut down what I'm trying to accomplish here. Robert said, yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, Nathaniel, it was pretty good, man. I started 0-1 yesterday, and I ended up finishing 8-2. I lost in the finals to a Leviah. So it was a pretty good day overall, man. Like, pretty happy. We made Cass and I made a gentleman's agreement that he actually suggested where we split. God, excuse me. We split the prizing. So I actually ended up with a gold foil, even though he ended up beating me, which was pretty cool. He was a really cool guy to like play against and to get to know for a few minutes last night. Oh, brother, this guy stinks. This hand sucks. Sucks. 8 dominate here, right? I mean, like, we just want to like push damage. Actually, I'm sorry. Do you care if I undo that? No. I don't really want to arsenal something. Like, I don't want to, like, I'm okay arsenaling like a blue Thunderquake every now and again because, like, one, we have Crown of Providence up. Null just said no. Let's see, is there a yes? I'm just gonna like, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what he means by like, no. I don't know what he means. I had the choice of playing Kano, KO, or Azalea in my Proquest. Ooh. That's a good one. I don't know, man. That's a good question, Luful. Like, it just depends on like how good you are with Kano, in my opinion, to some extent. What your metagame looks like. I think that KO and Azalea are very good choices for this weekend, and I think that if you're a phenomenal Kano player, like, you're always in a good spot with Kano to some extent, in my opinion, if you're a good Kano player. Like, and I say that like not to sound like disrespectful or anything. I've never seen you play Kano. I don't know like what your Kano capabilities look like, so you know, I don't know where we're at as far as that's concerned. Guys, did anybody play in Proquest this weekend? Like Proquest, or maybe like you were Atlanta and like we just didn't get to meet? Because I got to meet a lot of cool people and like it was awesome to get to meet everybody. But like, I want to hear about how everybody's weekend and Fab went. What are these hands, bro? Do not give me quad blues and then 0 blues. Like, bro, what is this? The one good thing we have going for us here, I mean, I guess we can just take 3 here. It's a lot of like big power attacks, which is going to make Outmuscle like really bad this game. Like, if we block 6, I can just throw Hammer for 6. Keep the Outmuscle in the deck for like second cycle here. Yep. There's nothing for him to destroy with the Runic, so like it just doesn't matter. And then we just get to throw Hammer for 6 here. Like, the fact that Outmuscle also costs 3, so like I can like pitch it in a Hammer is pretty cool, but I met Aggro Blaze in Atlanta. Oh, man. Didn't win any events. Oh, dude, did you go 4-0 in the Super Army, bro? That's awesome, man. That's really cool. No Proquest in my area? Oh, dude, I'm sorry, Ludiful. That sucks, man. I hate to hear that. Yeah, Robert, how did the casting one go? I saw you post on Twitter that you guys like casted one. I haven't had a chance to go back and watch it yet, but I am intrigued to hear more about this. Like, tell me a little bit about this here. Like, I want to hear more about this for sure. Okay. All right. Drew hasn't asked me anything here. Would you rather Fab be the only TCG you can play for the rest of your life, but you can only play the lowest tier deck of any format, or would you rather play any TCG except for Fab? Wow. What a question. Drew's like throwing out some heavy stuff over here, brother. Good Lord. But I can only play the lowest tier hero. So like, right now in the current metagame, what is the lowest tier hero that we're referring to right now? I think this is an efficient use of Tunic for this. Like, what would you consider the lowest tier hero at, like, in this current metagame? And I asked that question so that I can get an understanding of, like, where we're at on this, like, concept of scale, like, here. Drawing the Cranial Crush just means I can give the thunk to the Reaping Blade. Taylor out here trolling in full force, bro. Is that top 2 PTI player Aggro Blaze 96? Oh, what's up, Taylor? How are you, man? So it's actually better to pitch Debilitate here, considering that I ended up with like triple blues, a red, a yellow, and then I haven't put anything else back. So we're looking at pitching the blue Debilitate here, and taking 6, going to 22, and then throwing 11. I think that is a better play for us, as opposed to like pitching 6, blocking 3, and arsenaling the Zealous. I mean, it could be wrong because like the higher my life total is, the better off I am in this matchup. But I also want to be applying as much pressure as humanly possible here. Let's pitch the Cranial Crush so that he doesn't know what's in my hand. I mean, he assumes it's Hammer coming in after this. I did pitch a blue here. Arachne could be up there. Okay, Arachne could be up there. Maybe Arachne, Betsy, or Olympia. Okay, so we're probably looking at like Olympia and Betsy. Yeah, I would rather play Fab and play the lowest tier decks, except it's that or play any other TCG, but Fab. I would rather play Fab, honestly. And like, I know y'all get sick of hearing me say this crap. I know y'all do, but like, the community's just too good, bro. Community's just too good. Like, honestly, 100% community's just like, the community's amazing. Like, the game is fantastic. Like, I would play the lower tier decks of Fab, and I would do my best to like try and do well at tournaments to like just like try to like force the narrative that you can win with anything. Like that would be where I like my head's at. Wow, calling me out. Streamer, it didn't happen, bro. Get out of here. Oh man. It's honestly super fun, and top 8 we have one of our teammates guest links on me. Dude, that's awesome, Robert. I have to go back and watch that, man, because I love watching events like that where like people I know are casting. I always really enjoy seeing how like other people cast and like how they like play things out and like how they talk about games. So like I really enjoy seeing that kind of stuff, as far as that's concerned. So plays the Blessing of Oculate here. We get to go Zealous into Hammer here, Arsenal to Debilitate on a turn where we're actually able to keep 1 blue. And throw the Debilitate because of Tunic coming up. So Tunic getting some serious value here this turn. Brian G might argue about the community. Like, bro, I mean, Brian Gottlieb, I've seen some tweets. He seemed to have some negative experiences. And it's like, you know, I get it. Like, I'm a player. He's a dev. He has to like listen to a lot more stuff than I do. But like, man, like Flesh and Blood has the best community that there is in the game. Fight me. Like that there is in like TCGs. Like honestly, I would say that. I would fight somebody on that. Like not literally, I don't fight people physically. That's just not me. But you guys get my point though. You guys get that point though. At Drew in Twitch chat, I love how like specific we're like getting with like adding people here, but like I understand. Want to make sure that your message gets across. I mean, yeah, like don't get me wrong. Like I don't think Drew's saying that like Vincett's terrible, but have we seen we've already blocked with a pummel? I mean, Command and Conquer Pummel doesn't do anything here, so like we're just gonna throw the Debilitate Pummel here, like, and then Arsenal the Command and Conquer, I think is the better play here. Cart said, "Don't talk about my bro Vincent." And Chad, I think that Nola's like trying to like maybe test like a theory, and like maybe they're like maybe he's learning Vincent or like Viscera. I don't know. Like it could be like a number of things here. Like I'm not one to like really say that someone is bad. Like I don't think that's a positive way to approach the game. Like I don't like. There's always things that like people could work on or things could be better at, but I don't think that just saying someone's bad is like Like, not, I don't know. I'm not very, I don't really talk about people that way. Like, people make some questionable decisions, and like, I understand what you're saying, but like, I don't sit around and just say people are bad. Like, that's just not my mentality about the game. That's not how I play the game. It's okay. You can tell people they are bad. Does Taylor do anything but annoy you? Bro, honestly, man, the more that I mean, okay, I'm just not gonna do anything here. The more that like I'm around Taylor and like all of his friends, the more like Smitty becomes my favorite. Like, no lie, the more Smitty becomes my favorite. Yeah, let's do this. I mean, maybe I'm supposed to play the pummel to like play efficiently there. Let's not take anything. Let's throw the debilitate here, keep the pummel in hand. I know it's like 2 turns of intellect penalty basically this way, but if my opponent is willing to give me 2 cards here, maybe play something, arsenal card, and then like let us set up the CNC pummel like it's blowout city time, so... Smitty keeps me grounded? I mean, dude, somebody's got to keep you grounded, Taylor. Like, Smitty's out here doing the Lord's work, bro. Smitty is out here doing the Lord's work. Like, 100%. Oh, man. That's funny. Questionable decision means they made a bad play. Make it plurals, and they're bad. Chad, I don't think that's I don't know. I think that's an extremely, like... Did I just like screw this up here? Yeah, I did, I guess. I thought that, oh, it's at the end of their turn. I thought it was at the beginning of my turn, so I had resources floating. That was just a bad play by me. But I don't know. I don't know. Like, just saying that, like, because people make bad plays means they're bad. I don't think that's true. There are multiple factors here. One, we're playing Talishar. Like, anybody who plays a lot of Talishar, like, and anybody in the chat, anybody who watches this video at any point in time has been playing Talishar and watching Netflix, playing Talishar and, like, I don't know, like, doing anything else, eating dinner, having a conversation, and, like, making probably, like, what are, like I think most people would consider questionable plays. And they do that based, like, because they're multitasking, they're doing other things, because Talishar is a way for people to, like, unwind throughout the day. And so, like, a lot of people, like, they don't play as optimally as they should because they're not 100% focused. I'm 0-2 right now, bro, because, like, I am 100% 0-2 because I have, like, not been pitch stacking. I have not been, like, playing. I have not been, like, making all of the correct plays at every junction of the game. And, like, we're seeing it. Like, we're 100% seeing it here. I mean, we're just gonna take some damage and 7 dominate here. Like, we're just going to go to 13 and 7 dominate. And then Arsenal, the... if Tunic was up, we could have went Chokeslam, but, like, who cares? It doesn't matter. Make bad plays, ergo bad, solved, and I don't know. I don't know. I think there's more to it than that. Like... I attend events just to keep Taylor in check. He pays me under the table. Smitty out here saying that Taylor pays him under the table to keep him in check. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Like, Taylor seems reasonable enough to, like, understand that he needs to be kept in check. So I can see that. I looked at Talishar's source code, and man, this thing is held together with duct tape and rubber bands. I mean, listen, man, like, oh, here we go. Here we go. I haven't played against Prism in a minute. I don't know. Like, this is like, hopefully we don't get looped kind of situation. Somebody had told me that they were playing like double Titan's Fist into this matchup, and they were playing Time Skippers, which I thought was neat. Like, I thought that was like an interesting concept of what they wanted to be doing. In this matchup, we run straight 60. No pummels, no trounces, no sinks, and we play 1 test of strength here. Like, right, we run the 1 test of strength. I think we have 1 in our deck because technically it does, like, block efficiently. Actually, I think this 1 test of strength should be 1 pummel. That's probably how I should be playing this. Actually, we should probably just have both the pummels in with the Tunic in the deck. I'd never run it because we've always had tech plating, and it feels much worse to be on that kind of idea. I mean, let's like, do we swing the hammer here? We just have to pass, right? Like, we always just have to pass here on turn 0. Like, that's just always our play. Is that we just have to pass and just like try to like play a patient game here. Yeah, I agree that like we can definitely fatigue Prism. Like 100% we can fatigue Prism here. Having time skippers makes the matchup that easy. I mean, so again, like I've never really like played. I've never played time skippers. Like I wasn't a Guardian player at that time in the game. Like when I was like getting into the game, I was still playing Dash at that point. So like I had no real experience like playing time skippers when Michael Hamilton like made that a real thing and like the Starvo meta, like Ulda meta, like playing time skippers into Prism back in the day. But I'd never done that. You always want to do a no block check? A no block check? What do you mean, Cap? I'm not exactly sure I'm following here. Yeah, so no, I was kind of curious because like I'm very used to Prism like setting up, like playing like the more like patient style game and like, you know, like really like leaning it, or I'm sorry, I said Prism, Viscera. I'm used to Viscera like leaning into like the concept of like the slower like style game, like where it's like you're like setting up, making rune chants, and like that really wasn't what you seem to be doing. I literally said out loud at one point during the game that like it seemed like you were testing, and like maybe trying to like, it seemed like you were maybe like trying to play like 9s and 7s and 6s to like try and like win clashes against me. It kind of seemed like maybe that's what you were doing. I was very intrigued by your list. I mean, you pitched both of your cards to play a Figment of Protection on my turn. Like, I think that's like a winning trade for me because you're going to do literally nothing on your turn. I'm just going to Arsenal this Rouse, and then like if it works out and we can play the Rouse, we're in a decent spot. I mean, we can Arsenal this Rouse as well. Let's reveal these bad boys. And then, I mean, technically, we could go, like, pitch Rouse and Tunic into, like, Debilitate. But I think it's better to just swing the hammer here, if I had to guess. I don't know. Like, I think it's better to, like... I think it's better to swing the hammer here. The fact that my opponent kept their hand, like, is honestly pretty terrifying to me. Pitch last turn was 2 blues. So if we go Debilitate blue, we've now put 5 cards back into our deck, and we're now setting up for a first cycle hand that has three blues to Debilitate and then Golden Sun into our next hand. This hand is not optimal in any capacity. Yeah, they can undo. That's fine. They run a lot of no blocks and good chance you can leak damage turn 0. Oh, you're talking about on turn 0? So I don't like to do that, if I'm being totally honest. Cap on turn 0 because I don't want them to be able to like take 3 and put something into play because I didn't keep my action point. That seems like a very very like poor decision for me to make on turn 0, and I say that as someone who has been punished actively a lot by Prisms who like put stuff into play on turn 0. Let's see. Chad asks a really good question here. What are some ways to stay locked in after 6+ games? I really hit a wall after like game 6 at Attorney. So Chad, I actually have a buddy, like one of the guys on the team is like that. Like he kind of like starts to like run into like that fatigue wall after so long. I know quite a few people like that who hit it. And to be honest, I have been known to hit that fatigue wall myself. It does happen from time to time. But what I would tell you, ooh, interesting. What I would tell you is like honestly, like I think that like having snacks that are like light on your stomach, you know, like I don't know, like trail mix is a good option. Like a lot of people like fruit. Like you know, one of my buddies, his plan for the weekend is what he does is he actually like when we get breakfast, he buys like what he'll eat for lunch, and then he has half of it throughout the day and half of it later, and like kind of like spaces it out, which I think is a very smart thing to do. Now, I'm telling you this is my advice to you after I literally did not eat for 12 hours yesterday. So, like, but I do think it is sound advice as a whole. I do think it is sound advice as a whole to, like, eat clean. Like, eat a little bit cleaner, drink lots of water, and, like, try to stay hydrated and focus. Fruit helps prevent scurvy. Bro, what? Oh, man. Yo, Havoc, what's up, dude? Yeah, no rest needed today, man. Yeah, like, I'm not gonna say no rest needed because I'm very tired today. I'm very tired today. I will say that 100%. I am very worn out, very tired today. Like I can feel that I'm like very fatigued from not only, you know, playing cards for 12 hours yesterday, but on top of that also like turning around and driving, you know, 4.5 hours home last night. And so like I definitely feel the fatigue, but I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm like living off that hype of like, you know, actually like of like doing so well at an event and like, you know, like wanting to play cards and wanting to talk about the event and like, you know, like, and honestly, man, I just love streaming. I love playing games and hanging out with you guys. Like you guys are just like, I love chilling with you guys, man. 100%. So I think since we just went yellow, we're going to go 6, 7, 8. So we now have 8 cards into our deck, which I think like puts us in a pretty good spot here. And then what do we want to do? Do I want to Arsenal to Pulverize? Is that like a world we're trying to live in here? So we put 8 cards in the deck. I think it's safe to go yellow-blue is set as 9 and 10 here. I kind of wish there was a way that we could like overpitch a little bit. Maybe I'm supposed to Arsenal the Golden Sun here. We don't have a gold. We're not going to generate any gold, so it's just really a popper. So I'm more concerned about maybe keeping the blue to like try and I'm going to pitch the blue regardless, but I think keeping the blue to make maybe potentially be able to throw the Pulverize if we Arsenal it here is a solid play. Very slim. Our opponent probably realizes that they're at a point in the game where they have to be able to, they have to like flip the game here to like have a chance. But yeah. Granola, water, and Advil. I mean, like, dude, like that's like, I think that's a solid play. I think that's a solid game plan, brother. Don't do what Majin Bey does. Dude, I heard about that. I still have yet to be able to watch that video, but I heard that he literally needed an IV, fam. Like, that's crazy to me, bro. Like, that is nuts to, like, think about that. We're probably just pitching the blue to the Arcane, right? Like, that's probably just our play here. Yeah, I think that's actually better. And then we're setting up pitch stack just a little bit better. So this is going to be cards 9, 10, and 11. It doesn't look like this game is going to, like, the way that they're playing a lot of, like, no blocks. It seems like our opponent may be newer here. I guess I would have been better to heave this, right? He didn't need an IV, he was just hung over. Dude, that's hilarious. I took a shot of Fireball, and that really pushed me through to top 4. Bro, what? What kind of advice is this you're giving out here, fam? 9, 10, 11. And I wish I would have heaved that. Like, we would have just been able to give CNC as a popper. And then, like, oh, man. Num 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 num. Yes, you love to see it. You love to see it. The real question is, how long was your Brody game? Really wasn't that long. Like, we played like, I mean, I think we played the game in like probably like 30 minutes if I had to guess. Like the game, like I could wholeheartedly tell that like he understood his role in the matchup, and like we played the game very quickly because of it. Like it was a good game, man, honestly. To not be forced out of the event, I mean, hey. Brody catching strays? Bro, I don't even know what that means. God, how old am I? He was throwing up more liquid than he could keep down? Jesus, that's awful, dude. Yeah, Havoc, I agree. Like Zach, it was totally better to it was totally better to heave that there. That was just a big mistake. I'm still going to play the pummel here because I want to clear damage. And the more cards we get out of our hand, the better chance we have of actually like, the better chance we have of being able to like find a go again card. I guess go again doesn't matter with Arclight Sentinel. I was thinking of like trying to kill and like send damage and kill an aura, but it doesn't matter. We're just going to be killing Arclight Sentinel, which is going to be the window that he needs, even though technically that's the second Arclight we've seen. So we just went 9, 10, and 11. So we're going to go 12, and then 13 is going to be the start of our next pitch deck, which is pretty good. So let's go 14, 15. Right, yeah, let's go 14, 15 here. So this is going to be 15. We're going to go blue, red. So that we have the two blues together, and then we need to make sure we put a blue with our Chokeslam. Doesn't matter which blue at this point because we can be able to pitch that blue, reveal those two cards, and be good to go. So yeah, that's we went 13. That's 14, 15. We need one more card for this hand here. Yeah, dude, you do really well. You do really well into Prism as Bolton. I've been told that it's like very good. Thank God we have a 7 here is all I'm going to say. Because, like, bro. No reprimand. Illumination gone being means that we know that we can't get blown out by, like, them going to Halo in the -1. We're barely able to cover that. I am going to throw the out muscle at them here, but, like, I don't know that, like, it's really going to, like, do what I want. We pitch in a blue to get our action point back there, buddy? No, pitch in a yellow. Oh, it's a Wartune Herald, so we are going to have to give another card, which is fine. I'm going to give the Thunk because I think that Buckling Blow, with no Clash cards, Buckling Blow just has more text box than anything else we're doing. So we're just going to pass. And then we're still 15 cards into our deck. We're going to throw the Hammer for 6 and set up Out Muscle as another Go Again card. So that way, when we're looking at our 4th and 5th pitch stacked hands, we're looking at back-to-back Go Again hands second cycle, so that we can really try to push damage and like really run away with the game. We could crown this thing to Pulverize, but there hasn't been a need to, and currently we're in a spot where it's 39-5. I don't really feel the need to like give up my equipment. You'll like something that like I do quite a bit is I really try to hold on to my equipment as long as possible. Whenever I need it for something and like let it kind of like bail me out in certain situations. Not a lot of people do that, but like I think that like it's something I can work on to better use it earlier when I need to. 16, 17 here. Yeah, block Cranial Crush. Or no, I'm sorry, I guess it's Disable, right? Disable is just technically like the worst card in this hand. I mean, worst card in this hand. Like, Wallop is the worst card in this hand. This is the worst popper in this hand. I think I'm going to refresh. I feel like I'm, like, getting a lot of lag right here. It was a mix of hangover and chronic migraine. He's had all of his life. It was a nasty recipe for potential disaster. Yeah, I mean, no, that sounds rough, man. That sounds very unfair. Talishar server's been bad today. Well, that sucks. You know, I mean, Talishar servers aren't great sometimes, and you know that's just that's how it is sometimes. So it is what it is. We're gonna hope that they don't have the third Arclight here, and I mean, it's probably just better to throw. Well, 8 Dominate doesn't end the game here, does it? But 14. Num. This is so good. I love throwing Pulverize, fam. This is hilarious. We're gonna I'm gonna have to go back and find a clip of me being like, I really don't like Pulverize that much, and then me throwing the Pulverize right there. Oh man. All right, so we're 17 cards into our deck, which means we're going to be 20 cards into our deck after this, and it doesn't really matter how we pitch here because we have an out muscle, so we just need cards that are here. I'm probably going to go Macho Grande, then Cranial Crush, then the Wallop, and try to plan to put 2 poppers behind that, if at all possible, based off of our pitch next turn and what our stack's going to look like. I think that's the better play. Good use by my opponent of like using their angel to not die here. So, yeah, absolutely. Dude, Sam, what's up, brother? How are you, man? You doing all right tonight, man? Vomiting. Yeah, no, I mean, I agree that like that is like very like lenient of the judges. Dude, what? My opponent's hand didn't block for anything, bro. Oh wow, that's a big sad for my opponent when they're at 5. So yeah. I feel like my Prism opponent was like probably inexperienced here, is definitely what it felt like right now. The funny parts were still pushing exactly 5. Yeah, felt like my Prism opponent was maybe like a little inexperienced with this match, or, you know, didn't understand their role in the matchup. I don't know, like it felt like a newer Prism, like maybe trying to learn the deck. So I think we got a little bit of a lot of tempo there early. This was definitely no Andrew. I mean, hey, man, like. All right, 2-2. We're starting to pull it back a little bit here. The dichotomy of Pulverize is real, bro. Chad following that up with Googling Pulverize currently, like, that's like a real, like, that's a real feeling right there, fam. Go back from the armory. I was also testing Tunic tonight as it happens. How do you like Tunic, Sam? Like, I know you're somebody who's played a lot of Victor and like really like dove into the deck. So like, talk to me. How do you feel about playing Victor, or how do you feel about Tunic and Victor? I think that. Oh, hey, it's Annabelle. Let's go. Well, Annabelle, good luck. Let's see. We have where's it at? Dory. I'm really curious to see how Tunic plays in this matchup. Again, we want everything but the sink belows. I definitely want to go second to try and like set up better. I'm curious to know if Tunic will give us more value in this matchup and maybe put us in a better spot like later in the game. So yo, Wally, thank you, dude. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. It was a good run and I had a lot of fun playing. I met a lot of really cool people yesterday, so I really appreciate that, man. It means a whole bunch. Means a whole bunch, brother. I did see your message, Wally, where you said, I'm not saying anything, but I am saying that you called, like you said that like I was going to top 8. I do remember that message, you saying that. I think the new Victor spec is interesting. Like, I don't know, like I don't think it's bad. I think you have to make, like, I was having this conversation this weekend with a couple of people, and like I think you ultimately have to make the decision very early if you want that card. Like, is that card, like, you have to replace it with you have to replace that card with like a Terra Sunder or something. Like, you can't have multiple non-attack actions in your deck like that. It's just not good for like what you're trying to accomplish with the deck. So I do think that. What happened to Twitch, Zach? Yeah, we did talk about how like he's not like a might centric hero. You think it's bad, Robert? I don't know. Like, I think with Tunic you could like probably make some play out of that card. Like, it doesn't seem that bad to me. We just pitched 2 blues, so if we pitch Terra Sunder and the Pulverize, we're setting it up for second cycle as long as we play patiently with the Pulverize. As long as we play patiently with the Tunic coming up to second cycle and we count our pitch stack. This is 100% a pitch stack match. I guess that kind of takes that play out the window. So, I mean, technically I could just like block 3, take 3, and then take 3 more, but like that just seems bad. I think I would rather just block 6. Okay, I mean, yeah, like I can't stop that. There's no world where I'm going to be able to stop that. So we're just going to take that 3 and go to 34. Cards like End the Swing just help them push so much damage. There's not much I can do about it. So we're just going to swing 4 here. It stopped responding on my end? Well, dude, I'm sorry about that, man. That sucks. The Olympia spec is really cool. I'm excited to see how that card plays out. He runs 2 yellow pummels, and it felt very good with the extra pummel lines. It also felt incredible to enable Terror. So it felt yellow pummel. Yellow pummel. That's, somebody told me One of my buddies told me that he was playing that actually, and I was curious to like. I never really had the opportunity to talk to him about it, so I like didn't get to hear his thoughts. But I would be curious to know why he liked Yellow Pummel so much. Oh, time of tech plating is really good. Yeah, so I think Tunic is the way to go, man. Like I was talking to a couple of people that I played that were playing Victor this weekend as well, and like I really think that Tunic is going to be like I think it's going to be better. Which there's been a couple of people who like have been talking to me like on like Discord messages, and they've been like telling me that Tunic is better, and they're like, why? Like just play Tunic. And I'm always like, no, hiss. Like, so they're probably just sitting there going, oh my God, bro, I told you just to play Tunic. So yeah, they're probably having a stroke. But yeah. So I mean, I think we have to take some damage here to like try to throw like a good play. There's like no world where we can just keep not doing anything. We're already falling behind, and that is a bad news bears for us. This does represent the pummel that we have in our arsenal here, so like I'm curious to see how Annabelle plays around this. Tunic plus the new card seems insane as well. Yeah, I do agree. Tunic and the new card seem really good together. The Victor spec is Cast Bones at home, and the Olympia spec is Teklovossin at home. That is like, I literally feel like that meme where the guy's just like, because it's like, I see the point you're making, but I don't like it. Oh man, but I don't like it, and I don't have to. So let's just go ahead and play the pummel here. Oh wow, we actually just like. I don't think Annabelle thought we had it there. Tunic, the real MVP. Yep, so we're only down 3 points now, and they only get 1 game action this turn, which is really solid for us. So I actually really like the play of Zealous Belting into Command and Conquer. I think that's like an insanely strong play right here. For a triple, like for trip reds, this is not a bad hand to have. And it also like forces cards from Annabelle's hand here, depending on like what she has. The only way that this like really becomes an inherently like bad play is if we get like a sink below or something here from the arsenal here. Where's the Betsy spec? Bro, I'm not gonna lie, man. I wouldn't hold your breath. I don't know that I don't know. Like, I don't know, man. There might be one, but I don't know. Yeah, I agree. Like, so that's one of the changes that I think are probably going to have to be coming to my list is adding in red disables. I was also talking with my round 3 opponent about that this weekend, and the concept of playing red disable and how it like pans out. So like, I think that that's like, I think that like playing like I think red disable works really well on the list. Harrison, I'm going to be honest, man. Like, you will be madder than most, in my opinion, but I think a lot of people will be upset if Betsy doesn't get a spec. So let's see. We went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is going to be cards 6 and 7. So we're going to go red, then blue, so that we have 6 and 7 cards back into the deck. We're not quite to Tunic, so we can't just like be like, haha, debilitate. Yay. But, we can just give Test of Strength and the Gauntlets here. See what? Test of Strength. Hopefully we win the Test of Strength. I'm not going to get ahead of myself here. Betsy is my girl. Dude, I know, Harrison. You've been on the Betsy train, like, long before I've seen anybody else on the Betsy train. Bro. Cry me a river. Cry me a river. Cry me a river. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, that felt bad. In the swing is the second swing, right? Oh, yeah. It's anytime after the first 2. So I guess we're just going to block 6. Force Annabelle to have it and swing the hammer. Okay, so the Blade Flurry is there, which, I mean, essentially works because it's 6 in one, a half dozen in the other. Either way, like, it's good. It works. And then this is for 5. That's really bad for me. Like, the Test of Strength missing was, like, really tough. I do like having the Trounce on top, but that's kind of a bad beat. The only thing we have going for us right now is the fact that, like, they're almost out of equipment and we have a lot of ours left. So hopefully the Trounce works next time. Still some memory from Brownline's box. So I'm riding that high right now. Dude, I love it. I hope we see a log. Oh, dude, that would be cool, Ryan. That would actually be pretty sweet to see that, dude. Honestly. Do you care to speculate on Misfill and how Victor might play into it? Zen looked rough. So I'm going to be honest, Chad. I don't really like... I think that, like, LSS does a pretty good job of, like, focusing on, like, letting whatever hero is dominating the meta, like, continue to dominate the meta at the next time a set comes out. So I would not expect to see Victor just being like, on everybody. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that Victor, like, I mean, I'm not saying don't buy into Victor. Like, I'm not saying that Victor's bad. I'm just saying, like, I don't know how. I'm just like, we haven't seen the new set. Was that double Golden Sun? Was that double Golden Sun, chat? It'd be a shame we can't draw 3 cards. Dang, that was broken. Man, that was cool. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm gonna continue to test Victor because I like Victor and I think he's playing really well into the current meta. But in wholehearted honesty, like, I am, like, very, like, I don't know. Like, I think when they go to I think, like, when we go to, like, the, I don't know, like, I think that, like, when we, like, let me go to the next set, I think that, like, you'll see, I think you'll see Victor lose some points, if I'm being honest. Dude, that is, like, actually what dreams are made of here, 100%. That was absolutely amazing. I feel like we will see a card like an Undead Hero Necromancer. Ooh, Chain Reborn? Bro, let's go. That would be cool. So the problem here is that we can block 9, throw the hammer for 5, or we have to give up 2 swings here, which I really don't like. The double hit and run was a very good play. I also don't want to give up equipment here. Like, this could be an in the swing. I mean, I guess giving Civic Steps, like, we do get punished here by giving the Civic Steps, which means they have automatic go again next turn. But giving up my crown feels so bad. So what I think I'm going to do is block 3, take 5. Yes, I'm going to block 3, take 5, go to 17. And then I'm going to take 3, go to 14, throw 11, overpower Arsenal to Command and Conquer. And we're going to hope to use Trounces and the rest of our Trounces and Test of Strengths to put us in a better spot the rest of the game. I think we're going to give up a little bit of advantage in Life Fleet here to keep our equipment healthy so that we are... Is this Brave? Oh, they didn't have a resource floating. And so we go to 14. So we're down 7 points, but they have only 1 point left on Brave Forge Bracers and the Tunic left to block with. And I think we're in a pretty good spot here. So we're going to go Golden Sun with Overpower for 11. We might have been in a spot where, like taking a lot of damage there would have been our good representation that we have the pummel there. So maybe we're supposed to, like, throw Command and Conquer. And, like, I don't know, like, force their hand a little bit there. I don't know. I already think Victor is super mid. A lot of people think Victor is super mid. I don't think you're alone in that opinion. There's a lot of people who think that Victor is, like, very, like, whatever on the totem pole, to be honest. Like, that's a pretty common thing. Like, that's a pretty common feeling. Being a Necromancer will be in a 3rd Monarch set. What if instead we see Bolton go the dark side and revive his dead wife? Dude, dude, Zach, you're always, like, crushing it with, like, the story concept ideas and, like, what you want to see happen. Like, I always love to, like, hear you talk about, like, the story concepts and, like, how you think things might play out or happen. Like, it's really cool to see. So if we block 4, like, the only thing that, like, we really get blown out by is, like, I mean, the Blade Flurry. But even then, it's just going to be a +1 here. So we're probably just looking at Hatchet for 3. like, which I'm totally okay with this because they get copper that they don't need. I'm going to throw Command and Conquer Pummel, and I'm going to Arsenal the Golden Sun. And then we're going to, like, set up to, like, if they block, like, 10 here, if they give us Dynamo and 3 cards, I'm going to Arsenal the Pummel and just keep playing. I mean, I don't know what card they have that blocks 3. I was like, I don't know, like, what instant they have that, like, can potentially block 3, but, like, that seems like a good exchange for me. So let's go 10 overpower. It was probably better to pitch the Macho Grande there, technically, but Victor Game. Victor Gang. I love that. So, I mean, dude, don't get me wrong. Like, when people say Victor's super mid, I'm always like, I hear you. Like, I hear what you're saying. Like, there's a lot of, like, evidence to back that up. Like, if Victor's not winning clashes, he's having a rough day. And it's like, I hear what people are saying. But at the same time, I'm also, like, living in a world where, like, I just, like, I love Victor. I love his play patterns. I like what he's doing. Like, okay. We've only seen one of those so far, and the fact that they're pitching it means we need to keep up with where it's at. Trounce might make this game very favored for us right now. I don't know. This feels like a very good step in the right direction for us. Okay. I mean, we can't just take 7. But what we can do is if we take 4... Man, taking 4 feels really bad. Like, that seems not great. I don't know. Like, but if we get to go 7 go again into the Chokeslam, I mean, it's a 15-point turn. Like, and we still have Civic Steps and Crown. Maybe since we're going to throw so much damage, I'm supposed to give the Civic Steps here. But even, like, and then we're still blocking, like, with 2 cards next turn to, like, try and keep something here. But we also have a Trounce and 2 Tests of Strengths left in the deck. So, like, I don't know. Like, I think we're going to make this decision and see if we get ultimately punished. No, we're not. No, we're not. I'm going to 4. I'm going to 4. We're not gonna be a boob. I'm just going to go to 4. We're going to make the correct decision here. And then we're going to go out muscle for 7, which is really good. We have Dory having to choose between Soul and her other friend. But if we get Minerva and Monarch 3, she might get the treatment of Starvo Shiana, legendary level hero. I mean, we could see something like that where we get like a legendary like hero that would actually be like kind of insane. To see something like that. So they give Dynamos in 2 cards here. Dynamos in 2 cards, take 1, go to 2, and then we're in a situation where, like, we want to stay at 4 to play around. Like, it lets us play around, like, the last in the swing we haven't seen. They pitched one last turn, so it's on the bottom of their deck right now. They're going to try and keep 3 cards. I can only assume it's a Spillblood if that's the route that Annabelle's wanting to go here. Take 2, go to 1. Tunic's coming up, which means there's potential for us to, like, try and end the game here. That helps a ton. Okay, that's not good for us. If we can block E-Strike here, if we can get away with just blocking with the E-Strike, I don't think we can, though. This is 6, and we die to end the swing if we do that. What's the best play here? There's nothing that, like, we can block with 1 card here that, like, bails us out of what we want to do. I mean, this was only for 2, but like that was more than likely going to be the case. I mean, there might be a world where I'm supposed to block with a card. Eastite, Crown, and Tunic, and throw 10. So I was like, I'm very skeptical of giving up the Tunic this early in the game, or like, I mean, I guess this early in the game, but I don't know. Like, it seems fine, I guess. Like, in my head, we would always rather just keep the Tunic if we can, but like, it's not bad. And now we're at a spot where if they have a Sink Below, they give us 2 cards Sink Below, like 2 cards in Sink Below from the arsenal there. Guess it depends on like what reactions are left in their deck. We've seen 2 Fate Foreseens, 2 Sink Belows, and 2 Take It on the Chin. So there's a Take It on the Chin, a Fate, and a Sink left in their deck. So they have quite a few defensive options left. Okay, so this is Sink Below and the Take It on the Chin. Yeah, that's fine. I assume they want to sink, like Annabelle wants to sink a different card here. I don't like that it doesn't tell me that. The agility plays well for them because like it just like it really works out for them to be able to do this. Block Civic Steps here. And then block with the Buckling Blow. Zealous into Hammer. I think this is a very good turn cycle for us. Like, I don't think this is a D-react, considering how Annabelle played the last turn. Of course, she could have just been on the concept of, like, the turn cycle was efficient without having to use this, so it doesn't matter. But, like... I mean, so, like Annabelle passed Havoc because, like, I think, like... Okay. Annabelle passed there because I think like her hand just like didn't really allow for like fantastic play or anything there. Have we seen both of our pummels? We have. I mean, throwing Chokeslam for 8's really good, right? Like we get to throw Chokeslam for 8 in Arsenal to Command and Conquer. Probably shouldn't be greedy cracking my gold. There's what, 1 Golden Sun left in the deck? I don't think we've pitched it yet. Yeah, it's probably like Glint or Blade Runner if I had to guess. Like, I think considering that we gave the Civic Steps the first time around, it's probably more than likely like the Glint there, if I had to guess. There's no Blade Flurries left in the deck, and there is 1 in the swing we haven't seen, and since we're now at 3 because of the Still Blade Shunt, we are now like playing uberly careful to play around that. Yo, let's go. Mark Antoine Leclerc. Thank you for the sub on YouTube. Appreciate you being here and hanging out with us. Means a whole bunch. Really appreciate you being here. Like, I don't know. Oh, no, we know that the Golden Sun's on the bottom, right? We hit double Golden Sun earlier, so we know it's like somewhere in the deck, actually. That's true. Tectonic Plating is like Tunic every turn. Block Debilitate and then play the Test of Strength on the next one. They just pass. We're just going to throw the Command and Conquer here. I'm curious to know if Annabelle plays around it. I'm really curious to know if, like... Yep. I mean, if it's lose on the spot, I think that's a smart decision. Let's go Trounce. Win the Trounce, you love to see it. And then because of the Trounce, we actually get to go Zealous into Spinal Crush, and that's going to end the game. We're at 3. We can't die to Stillblade Shunt. Even if we could, we're not swinging with the weapon this turn. So this is 6 into the Spinal Crush. And, like, I don't think that Annabelle can block this out here. Yeah, I mean, the idea is, like, the fact that, like, Annabelle was, like, close to fatiguing, but, like, with me at 3, we have to continue to play offense. If we get to a point in the game where, like, we're trying, like, to fatigue her by blocking, like, I think we're ultimately losing the game here. All right, so we were able to close that one out with, like, the pummels and Tunic. Like, the Tunic felt a lot cleaner that game. It felt like Annabelle had, like, some awkward hands there where, like, maybe, like, things weren't, like, very optimal for her, or, like, I don't know, things, like, seemed very awkward, but, like, the Tunic felt a lot cleaner that game. The Tunic felt 100% cleaner that game. Absolutely. Yo, Donzai, what's up, dude? I mean, I won't lie. It felt pretty good to come in second at the PQ Plus, man. Like, felt pretty good. It's bittersweet to come in second. I won't lie, but it was a good feeling to, like, you know, there it is. It was a good feeling to, to do well at the event. Absolutely. GG's been fun hanging out. Chad, thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate you being here. Hope you're having a good night. That was awful. Yeah, my pummels lined up very well. I agree. We were just talking about that, Annabelle, and how I feel like my cards lined up pretty well comparatively to yours. What was in your arsenal at the end of the game? The shift to tide of battle at the end of the game? That also, like, makes a lot of sense. I mean, do we just play Terra Sunder to, like, leak damage and Arsenal Command and Conquer? Like, is that a play? Yeah, if there would have been an opportunity for, like, Annabelle to use that, it would have been very punishing. I don't know. We about to just do it here. Yeah, dude, they kicked out a lot of people early on Sunday, man. Like, there was a lot of people that they were like, shoo, go, get. Like, there was a lot of people that they were kicking out of the event early, which was, like, pretty sad, you know, because, like there's a lot of people, there was a lot of people who I think wanted to stay and, like, watch towards the end of the event, but they had to get people out of there so that they could start cleaning up and trying to get close up for the evening, I think was, like, a lot of what they were trying to do. We leak 4 damage and get a Zealous Pelting right there. Deal. 2 cards into our deck for pitch stack, and we have a Command and Conquer and Arsenal. Bro, I am lagging like crazy. Yo, Gray, what's up, dude? Games have been good. We're 3-2 tonight. Started out a little rough, but I think I've started to, like, mentally try to pull it together a little bit more as we've started to play through the night here. We wrapped it up at, like, the very front table, so, like, where the prize wall was, like, over here on, like, the, like, if you're coming off the escalators, the prize wall's to the right. There was a table, like, directly to the left of it, and that's where we ended up playing the rest of the games at. It was a bad Arsenal. Need to keep 2 cards in order to throw it at a minimum. I mean, that's fair. I did, Ludiful. So I actually took my tickets. I sold my tickets from the I really don't want to take 6 here, but, like, this doesn't do me any good. Maybe I'm just supposed to, like, pitch the pummel here. Maybe I block 6 and then swing the hammer for 4, pitching the pummel. I could, like, go to 31 and play the pummel. I don't know. That feels very aggressive. Like, it feels like I only have 2 pummels. I want to be using them on CNC. This does not feel like a very good card to pummel here. Maybe I'm supposed to block with the pummel and take 5 and then throw the hammer for 6. I don't know. We've played cleanly for a couple games. Let's play recklessly here for a minute and see what happens. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, so I sold my tickets. I went 4-0 in the Super Armory, got 1,000 tickets and sold them. Like, for the equivalency of, like, 10 cents a ticket, which was pretty good going rate. And then I bought I got a Cold Foil Seismic Surge from the prize wall for my tickets at the Proquest Plus. So yeah, it was pretty cool. I was really excited. I was really excited about the Seismic Surge. I think that was, like, really cool. I was very excited about having that. Play every trounce, play every test of strength, no blocks. Sam just said very me. Lol, y'all are killing me, bro. Met with a friend and did some trades to finish up the weekend. I didn't play anything on Sunday. I mean, dude, I get it. Like, did they just give me a Civic Steps, bro? Okay. But I completely understand, dude. Like, sometimes, like, it be that way, fam. Sometimes it just be that way. Like, sometimes you're like, yep, I'm gonna trade some cards around and I'm gonna get out of here. Saying no blocks in the... For anybody who's watching this seriously, saying no blocks in the Guardian Mirror is a horrible thing to do. Horrible thing to do. We're now 4 cards in the pitch stack. I mean, I can take one and then go Debilitate and Command and Conquer here. Actually, I can go Debilitate Hammer, which is better. Because I don't have to worry about, like... I mean, you know what? Let's see what they do. Because this is 8 go again. The fact that they used Civic Step so early was, like, kind of wild. And in a really bad position there. Oh, did you go 5-0 and sealed on Saturday, dude? That's awesome, man. What hero were you playing? And dude, I'm so happy you got like the cards you wanted, dude. Like it was really cool for me. I feel like I really got to be a part of like your journey this weekend to like see the cards you like obtained from the prize wall and some of the cards that you traded for. I did really like those. I did like really like seeing those cards, man. It was awesome. So the Battle Harden, yeah, Donzai, I went like 1-3 drop of the Battle Harden. It was Battle Harden was a tough scene, brother. Was a tough scene. I did not have a great showing at the Battle Harden at all. It was tough. I went 1-3 at the Battle Harden, fam. It was a Battle Harden. Yeah. To say the least, it was something else. We're now 6 cards in the pitch stack. Can we win a clash? You love to see it. You love to see it. All right, so we're 6 cards into pitch stack, pitch the Thunderquake, and then we're gonna go Tunic into Debilitate here, which is like actually crazy. 5-0 on KO. Nice, dude. Dude, Havoc, honestly, man, I love to hear you say that because it's like that is exactly how I feel about like not only the game in general, but like just kind of like it's like I don't know, like Flesh and Blood as a whole, man, because it's like that is like in my opinion the treasure along the way, fam. Like I mean, like honestly, like the friends made it, the events are like so like it's my favorite part of the game, dude. Like, and I know y'all get sick of hearing me say that garbage, but it's so true. Never punished is right, dude. We came out ahead in that exchange with the test of strength, fam. Like that was pure variance luck, but it worked out regardless. So you just wanted it more, he said. Oh man, we are up 15 points in the Guardian Mirror, and it's turned 4. This is what a day, what a time to be alive. So let's see. We just went 8 cards into the deck, so we're looking at a new hand now. We can block 6 and throw Hammer, or we can block 3 and throw Spinal Crush. I think we're supposed to use our equipment and Life Lead to our advantage here, and just be throwing the Spinal Crush. Might be correct to block 6, throw Hammer, Arsenal, Spinal Crush, and like try to wait for like a Tunic pummel play here, but it feels a little too defensive when we're already in the driver's seat. Excuse me. Man, I can tell I ate bad this weekend. The indigestion's getting me tonight, man. I gotta have some Tums after this, bro. Gotta have some Tums after this, fam. Maximum damage, never block, bro. Anytime somebody says like maximum effort or like maximum damage or something like that, I always think of the scene in Deadpool when he's like, maximum effort as he like jumps off the freeway into the car. That's always what I think of. I love Deadpool. It's such a like such a good movie series. Like Ryan Reynolds like found who he is. Cards 9 and 10 right here. We're pitching 2 cards every turn, so it's kind of becoming like easy to like pitch stack here a little bit. Excuse me. Jesus. I think that throwing Zealous and Hammer here is good enough. I'm happy to just block and stay up on life. Oh, no. Take 7. I'm at 19. It's a blowout. Is that supposed to be Gesundheit? So Christian, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like I'm really trying. Like I'm giving Tunic an honest try this time around. Like I did last time, but I'm giving Tunic like a real honest try this time because every time I've seen people playing Victor, and that includes this weekend, they have always been playing Tunic. Always. They're always playing Tunic. And so I'm trying Tunic with the idea of like I want to find out why people are playing Anothos and Tunic together, because Tunic is a very like sledge style card. But don't get me wrong, man. I mean, I love tectonic plating this weekend. There were a lot of times tectonic plating bailed me out this weekend in a lot of situations, bro. I mean, we just overpowering, right? We're just gonna go overpower, pitching like this. Like, I think this is like a really good play. We Arsenal the Rouse, which is like solid. I think this is a great play. Dude, what do you mean? James, we can all be tech plating gang, fam. Like it doesn't have to be one thing, man. We can all be tech plating gang, fam. I mean, to be fair, like I love tech plating, bro. Like, not as much as Havoc does. Havoc bought a cold foil this weekend, which I think is like pretty baller. I think let's crown this away and see what we come up with here. Let's crown away the Rouse and the Arsenal and see what we find. So that allows us to go pitch the wall up to play Rouse and take 8. Just go to 11. And they're out of equipment, and I literally have everything but Crown of Providence at this point. I mean, we could technically like probably have blocked more and went and used it. It would have been better, now that I'm thinking about it, to also block wall up there, stay at 14, and go choke slam with Tunic or pitching 2 blues into Anothos there. But I've already made my bed, so we're gonna sleep in it. That was tough. Yeah, like Arsenal, like I don't know that like Arsenaling Rouse here is like a good play, but like I do agree that like I definitely just made a. I don't know what my opponent wants to undo. Like, we're on my turn. I don't know. That was weird. Maybe they passed through blocks or something. The real S tier Guardian play is to play a high riser, bro. My man, man after my own heart, right there. Oh, we just win the gold again. That feels bad for my opponent. As a way to turn our deck. Yeah, no, it 100% is. Like, I literally actively made the comment that I wanted to turn, like, that I'm probably going to cut a Pulverize and play a third Pummel, because I think that if you are on Tunic and you're not using Pummel, you're not utilizing Tunic correctly, so, like, you need to be on a third Pummel. I completely and wholeheartedly agree with you on that, like, analysis right there. That is the optimal way to do that. Man, let's just overpitch and just throw the Thunderquake here. I don't think it, like... I think we're just, like, they're at 4, they have no equipment, we're just going to throw 10 at them here. Yeah, so I was told that Nathan Crawford was playing, that Nathan Crawford was actually playing, like, yellow Pummels, which is wild. Like... But, I mean, to be fair, like, Nathan Crawford's a very good player, and I think that, like, if that's what he's doing, there's a lot of thought and time and investment that went into making that decision. So I'm not gonna just be like, no, don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's a good, like, there's something founded in that decision right there. Bro, we about to just, like, go to 5 and lose a sync to, like, throw Zealous into Debilitate. I mean, technically, we should do this, right? Like, this is technically better. Yeah, this is just better. Oh, I guess they could have the pummel here, and in which case we get absolutely like obliterated. Yeah, no, I was not considering the repercussions of this play. So we take 3. I'm sorry, because of the gauntlets, we take 2. We're gonna discard the wallop. That was not a good decision for me. Again, just not thinking, and I got like very greedy right there when I did not need to. So not thinking about the fact that they could potentially have Tunic and Pummel there. No, that's fine. We'll just leave the Test of Strength in our deck because I think it's like okay for me to. If I had flipped over like an 8 there and we both had 8s, I would have put theirs on the bottom, but there's no world where that's a correct play for me. Was there a world where we could have went Terra Sunder Hammer a turn ago that I missed? Havoc, I might have missed it there. Yeah, I'm only on 2 pummels, Annabelle. But like we set it up that way, like that play line was like had some design that like I think knowing that you lose to pummel on the spot, you're probably supposed to block 10 there. So that was why I made the decision that I made right there. No, we ended up having enough to full block. Okay, so we couldn't have Terra Sunder Hammered there. Is that what you're saying? He did it last minute to play a different version of Victor. LOL, that's hilarious. I still think he went like 5-3 or 6-2, like at the Battle Harden. So like yellow pummels is spicy. Very aggressive Victor list. Tunic's not up, so like there's no world where he can do anything and punish us with the Quicken token here. So this is just block 5. He's deciding if he wants to reclash. I was like, I don't think he's supposed to here. The thing, this really works out for us because we actually just get to go block Spinal, block Pulverize, and throw 7. Think that's the best play we could make here. Maybe like okay, so technically we could block 3, pitch the Spinal Crush and the Zealous Belting. Or I'm sorry, use the Spinal Crush and the Tunic to throw this Zealous Belting and then E-Strike for 7. But we still get to E-Strike for 7. Actually, that's probably just a better play, right? We're just taking 3 to do it. So if we give the Pulverize, we take 3, go to 6. And then we're living in a world where it's pitch this and Tunic to throw this and then throw 7. That is just a better play here. And you can't throw the Choke Slam there, bud. Would be good if you could, though. So use Tunic. And like this is an interesting play line that like I've never really like seen or ran into. So this is like neat to see something like this. Wanted to play a more aggro version if he chose to play Victor instead of Viserai. The funny part is he ended up playing Viserai at the ProQuest Plus and ended up you know, making top 8. I think he lost in the quarterfinals, I think is what happened. I think that's what Nathan did. Yeah. They give me their Tunic there, which is very good, and we know that they have a Choke Slam. I mean, we don't actually know that, but like this is like the equivalency of like my opponent dropping it on the table. Like you guys know how I feel about this. This is like this is just like my opponent like just giving me information they didn't need to. Like, dude, this is like on it. So Christian, all kidding aside, this is the second time tonight that like I have actively just been like Tunic was better there, like every day of the week and twice on Sunday. And there's no world where that wasn't the case. Like, there's been 2 times tonight where it was like Tunic was better here, and there's no argument. My God. And I was actively like, there's no argument here. Like, for like the Tunic just being better in that situation. Like there's been 2 times tonight where I can actively say that. And like I've been really trying to pay attention to that while I've been talking to you guys tonight. Give me your last card or die. No! Curses. All right, well, we took every card out of their hand one more time here. Oh, this ends the game. Indubitably. Don't even know what that word means, but I hear people say it, so yeah, that's a thing, right? Hey, Michael Paul, what's up, dude? How are you, brother? Tunic has felt very good tonight. Tunic's felt very clean. There's like, you know, just kind of what I was talking about there. There's been 2 times when it's actively just been better tonight than tectonic plating. There has been 1 time I have actively missed a block from tonight's stream. So depending on cards are shown upside down until they confirm blocks. Oh, that would actually be cool. Oh, that would actually be really cool. Yeah, dude, you should, like, dude, if that's a thing that you can code the cards to be upside down until you confirm blocks, you're adding a step to the game, but like I think that's a worthy step to add to the game. Why is my desk shaking? I don't like that. Anyway, I actually really like that. That's a really cool idea. By the way, guys, if y'all don't know, like Saint Havoc, like he excuse me. He has a YouTube channel where he puts like a lot of like storyline based stuff together for like Flesh and Blood, which is really cool in my opinion. But like he's actually like really smart and like insanely like just fun to be around. So if you guys haven't seen him, you guys should check out his channel on YouTube. He's really cool. Yes, Michael Fung was in Atlanta. I actually played Michael Fung in round 4 of the ProQuest Plus. He was playing Victor. We played the Victor mirror. We clashed 5 times and I won all 5 of them. Like, it was very, very unfortunate variance for him. Also, like, every time I had, like, a pummel or I had something that I needed, like, it lined up against, what he was trying to do. Like, what he was trying to do. How dare you call me smart and nice? I'll take things that I didn't think somebody would say for 1,000, Alex. Oh, man. Did you tell him it was a skill issue? No, I did not. I did not tell Pro Tour champion from Baltimore that it was a skill issue. Get out of here, bro. Oh, man. I know you're joking, but that's so toxic. That's so toxic. Christian, I won't lie, man. Like, it's really cool to win games against players of that caliber. It does a lot for like my confidence as a Flesh and Blood player because like I feel like in Magic and in Flesh and Blood I've spent a lot of time like really grinding and like scrapping for every point that I've ever earned or like, you know, taken away from a card game. And like I am not saying that those guys don't do that. Nobody misinterpret what I'm saying here. All of those guys are grinders. They're great at the game. Like they have a great understanding of how the game works, but like it really feels nice to have put in a lot of time and effort with the Victor deck. And for some things to have fallen my way, and I have gotten lucky at the times I needed to get lucky to do well this past weekend. Like it was really cool to say that, like, you know, I played in a 72 person like ProQuest Plus, which was like with very stacked talent. There was a lot of really good names of people that I played and set beside this weekend, and like. To say that, like, you know, I played some of those people and I won, like it's a good feeling, man. I won't lie, Christian. It's pretty cool, man. I won't lie. It was the headband of wisdom, dude. On Saturday, I was ready to burn the headband, bro. Oh, hey, Robert, it's exclamation point deck, not deckless, bro. Yeah, there you go. You got it, fam. Every time I'm in a player of higher caliber, it makes me realize they're also human. Yeah, no. Brad, 100%. I think that there is a part, like, you watch these guys on TV and you watch them play, like, or TV, like, you know, Twitch, you know, YouTube, wherever the events are at, you watch them play and you're like, man, like, you know, it's like, these guys seem like so, like, they, like, you kind of, like, dehumanize them when you, like, watch them like that all the time and you're seeing them constantly win events and, like, doing well at the top tables. And then you meet them and you talk to them and you play against them and, like, you know, just being in the atmosphere with them and like getting to sit down and talk to like Michael Fung, Brody Spurlock, Will Bradshaw, like you know, like all the people I played, like it was just so like, I don't know, like there's a lot of that where it's like you have a moment to like like it's just really cool to get to like see them as people and like get to like hang out and interact with them. It's awesome. I do really like that. Cool list, but it's missing hold the lines. All right. I mean, listen, I'm not saying hold the lines bad, but I don't know that I want points in Akatsu. Like, I would rather have cards that play better into other things, I think. Plus, they have to line up. I don't know. It's interesting. I'd be interested to talk to you about it, Robert. Dude, it's cool that you get to play with Will on a weekly basis. Playing Will Bradshaw in round 7, like him and I got checked, and like we were sitting and talking and like just chatting about like the game and the event and stuff like that. Because at this point in time, we're both 6-1. We think we're locked for top 8 no matter what. And and like he said, like, congrats on top 8. And like, went to like fist bump me, and it was all very like wholehearted and like very nice of him. But I was like at a point where I was like, I told him, I said, God, please don't say that. I said, can we please just wait like until like it's announced? I was like, because I really don't want to like lose here and then like miss top 8 and like that be like, hey, Will Bradshaw like fist bumped me and then I lost, like kind of thing. And so like he was really cool to sit and get to talk to. He was super nice, and like I don't know, it's very nice. Like all of those like higher players are like there's so much you can take away from them, because like if you're new to the game, like let's say you're new to Flesh and Blood and you're like trying to like learn, if you play one of them, one of the things I would tell you to do is that like you should study their mannerisms. Like, I'm not saying like copy them and be who they are, but like really high level good Flesh and Blood players communicate extremely clearly on what they're trying to accomplish, like what they're doing. There's never any questions about what's happening. And if you ask them to clarify something, they will always clarify it exactly how like you asked them to, without like, if you were like, oh, is that a lace with inertia in your hand? They're not going to tell you that. But like, I hope you guys understand what I'm saying, because like, I think that like, that is something that like Flesh and Blood does super well. Like everybody, like that's like honestly, not just like those high caliber players, but everybody is like a very clear communicator, very nice to talk to, like very fun to hang out with. Like, and it's like, I don't know, like the game breeds camaraderie, and I love it. Ludiful said, I'm saying hold the line is bad. Bro's out here throwing shade. I tried hold the line this weekend and it was awful. You did not like it? All right, so I'm curious to know what Robert likes about it, honest. Dude, bro, Calum, that's it. I didn't even think about it. The foil E-strike, bro. Was your foil E-strike, fam? Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Okay, Carly, I'm saying like a lot. I'm sorry, guys. I was told the other day that I use like as a filler, and I've been trying not to do it as much. So, yeah. Been trying not to do that as much. Joseph, dude, welcome to Flesh and Blood, man. I appreciate you being here and hanging out with us, man. Welcome to the game. I hope you fall in love with it like I have, dude. Game's fantastic. It's absolutely amazing game. Points into KO? Okay, that's fair. I hear your argument for that. Like, points into KO is a good thing. That's a matchup we need points in, so I like that. It is fun, but it's a hard armory. That's also a very fair point. Makes for tough Friday night games. Only beat one, but what I described earlier is how I felt after each pairing. Yeah, no, I mean, Brad, like it's awesome. Like you get to experience that they're real people and that they're actually very nice people to be around. So like it's awesome, man. It's just RNG at that point. I mean, like arsenaling it would be the only way to play that, I assume. Like if you're playing hold the line, I assume that like arsenaling it. Oh, I read your message wrong. I see what you're saying. You're saying that you never want to arsenal it, and at that point it is just RNG. I'm following now, Sam, and yes, you're correct. I do hear that. I think the new Victor card is interesting. It's probably going like the question I think we have to ask ourselves is the Golden Manor better than Terra Sunder? And it's like, Terra Sunder's a heck of a card, bro. Terra Sunder closes games. Terra Sunder's disruption, like, I don't know. Like, that's tough. I'm going to be testing that card quite a bit. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to be testing that card quite a bit. Guys, that's it for the stream tonight. I'm going to call it tonight, guys. I'm going to be honest. After playing 12 hours yesterday, getting back late, working all day, I am exhausted. I really want to go spend some time with Carly. I feel like I haven't seen Carly in forever. I really want to go hang out with her. Heads up, there will not be a stream tomorrow. I know Tuesday is like normally a very like consistent night for me, but like we're hanging out with some friends. And like we're spending some time with them. But I will be back on Thursday. We'll be streaming on Thursday. I don't know if Carly and I are going to play like games on Wednesday. We may be live on Twitch playing games on Wednesday. Depends on what she wants to do. But if not, I'll definitely be back Thursday. If you guys like hanging out and you're interested in being in the Discord, hit !Discord. Or if you're on YouTube, you can check out the stream description. Come jump in the Discord. We have a lot of fun talks. We like kind of like talk like there's just a whole bunch of things that goes on there. So if you guys want to be in the Discord, come hang out. We'd love to have you. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Hope you have a good night, and I'll see you guys on Thursday.